Okay, hello. Good evening. How are we doing? It's nice to see you tonight. I hope there are many things on your mind that are enjoyable and pleasurable and giving you a good way to spend your afternoon and your Monday. That sort of thing. Many other ridiculous long-term statements that I'm sure I will make, and you're like, that's a little odd, but kind-hearted, so good on you, I guess. I don't have much more to say. You shout, then momentarily disappear. Look, that's fine, Moxie. It's good to see you whether you're in chat, watching me on a laptop across the room, or just chilling, you know? There's no obligation. I sincerely do hope everyone is having a good Monday, because I think I need to offer someone else the time to have a good Monday, given that mine hasn't been amazing. It's been okay, to be honest. Oh well. Okay, so from the top. We got results for... Okay, remember how I kept saying that the exam wasn't a real test of the academic writing? It wasn't a real, should I be here doing this university thing? Because it was an open book test, and I keep finding ways to discount my own ability to do well. And then we had the first real TM test in the analyze these two case studies, come up with recommendations, provide them in a academic format with citations. We got results for that, and I've been anxiously checking it roughly every few hours, and now we actually got results, and I barely fucking passed. I whiffed it. Real bad, actually. And that's a blow to the ego. That knocked me around last night, and made me take a melatonin so I could get to sleep. Lovely. And that made me real groggy in the morning, and just threw the whole day out of whack. Because I'm in the process of writing the second assignment for that class, and I don't know, the kick to the confidence to making me wonder if I'm going to be able to keep up with it, that sort of thing, it just sucks. But I've been getting some really lovely words from some very loving people who are very patient with a very silly bear, and I appreciate them both for that quite a lot. But nothing like getting a bad mark to put you in a bad mood, right? And so I'm hoping maybe a little bit of Slam Shadows will put us back into a good mood, right? As long as I continue doing the work, I write the assignments, I have them checked by people who know what they're doing, I can scrape past with a pass. And that's all I said I really wanted. It's just that I believed I did a really good job, and it turned out it wasn't quite the case. I read the assignment incorrectly. And I honestly feel like everyone will make that mistake once in a while. And it shouldn't be that surprising that I do it on the first written assignment, you know? You can't just click the correct questions and then hope it comes out perfectly, the way I did with the exam, even though I did a lot of study for the exam too. Oh, thank you, Emra. And so, like, lessons learned, what am I supposed to do? Well, pick up that information and appropriately use it to make sure I get a better result. Though even a bad result that's still a pass is going to be enough to carry me through, especially for the first few units, right? These are things I've been told, not things I'm reflexively saying to myself. The reflexive, probably defensive things I'm saying to myself are like, actually, you wrote a good assignment, you made good recommendations, you still stand by them, and they were pretty intelligent. It's just that they were after some specific things you didn't provide. They wanted more format in the analysis to actively point out, label and point out communication issues, rather than identifying communication issues not labeled, you know? Like, hey, you should do this. The analysis was an analysis, it was a find the communication issues, point them out, and get a reference for that. So it was like, define it. I'm like, oh, alright, I guess. And then they specifically said the second scenario must have a cross-cultural communication recommendation. I'm like, well, to be honest, the bigger issue in the last one, in that second example, in my opinion, was that dude's a misogynist. Here's how to work around that in the workplace. And the funny thing is, my notes for that second part were like, remember to not include the Marxism. But I couldn't get that pesky feminism out of my brain. The woke colleges failing me for not being culturally aware and respecting everyone's backgrounds, even the misogynists. That was terrible, Emma. I'm very proud of you. Thank you. That's fantastic. So I really want to get that fucking assignment done. I really do. So I can put it out of my brain. And getting it done, I have this bad habit of like, if I just get it over with and beat out the minimum number of words, even if they don't make any sense, and submit it, and then I will fade. Then I'll just like barely pass it, whatever, don't give a shit. Then I don't need to worry about it anymore. But that's not the approach I'm taking here. I want to get it out of the way. I want to finish this essay so I can enjoy the weekend ahead. Because I've got Age of Worms, and I'm so excited to play Pathfinder with my bros again. It's been a couple of weeks. And this game requires zero thought from me. There's combat, which some people may think maybe I should put more thought in because the consequences are higher than the roleplay. And then follow the bouncing ball adventure path too. It's like one of Paizo's firsts. But, I love playing a lawful evil idiot monk. I can just turn off my fucking brain. If there's a problem that needs to be solved, Polias solves it by fly kicking someone. Oh! Shout out to WTF It's a Turtle, who inspired this, even though he's playing a acrobat rogue. The solution is to fly kick enemies anyway, but, being a monk and all, that actually works when Polias does it. That's going to be good fun. And like a bit of a reprieve given what happened this weekend. Now I said it like something bad happened, but it didn't. The only bad thing is that I was too busy to do the Saturday morning study stream and like deal with it. I was visiting a friend's wedding. Actually, fellow commentator and friend Comrade's wedding on the weekend. Comrade Mick. And that was top notch. Very lovely. Even though I woke up in a bad mood. It's just, you gotta deal with it some days. And on those days, I ask for help from Emma, list out the things that are actually bothering me. And not in the way that's like, and it's now your job to fix them, but you get the support you actually need. I appreciate that, that's for sure. And then go and have a lovely time and eat way too many canapes and like really enjoy a bartender, a hipster bartender. As I joked to a friend, I was like, it looks like they just went to Central Casting and said, hey, could I get a hipster bartender, please? And they came up with this guy, and it was perfect. I mean, I appreciated it. I asked him to make me a Negroni just so I could watch him shake something. Thank you. Yes. Can you tell that I think it's attractive and that's why I did the training myself? Yeah. Give me this beautiful sensory experience that is some form of art, huh? Come on, just... Oh my god, how lovely. How lovely. So bitter, so sweet at the same time. So layered, so beautiful. Thanks to the Negroni. I'm going to ask you to pour me a beer because it's not going to be $23. It's including a tip. Be nice. That was a lovely wedding, and I went home and cleaned and napped. Yeah, could have got an espresso martini, but like, you don't have to shake those. You can stir those, build them in the glass. You can shake it, Negroni. It's got citrus. More likely to shake it and get their oils out. Anyway, went home, cleaned, had a nap, a good nap. Woke up, had some dinner, and then left to go to a second wedding. I was just picking up my girlfriend. At least that was the original intent. But I put my suit back on and then looked lost and white and harmless by a door until a security guard let me in and I stuck into the wedding of someone I've never met before to vaguely impress a cute girl. This brings my total of weddings in the last couple of months to 5, and if someone's asking me to dress up or with any dress code for an event, I'm declining. I'm either staying home and pretending to university study, or actually university studying, or just wearing some goddamn jeans. That's another benefit of Pathfinder. I don't have to wear a suit. Wouldn't that be nice? Want to see what Slime's up to? We're going to buy ourselves a boat. We're going to turn in a whole bunch of bounties and see if we have enough to buy a boat. Let's go. Click that continue button. Honestly, I should have clicked the continue button earlier just so it loads while I'm rambling, but you know. You live and you learn, or I don't. I got a neat little drink, not a cocktail, but a very neat drink to show you tonight. So as soon as we get to midday break, I'm excited to show you that one. Midday? Mid-game break, there you go. Oh, and yes, of course, because I was at a wedding where photos would be taken, I had a very cute partner redye my hair. And that's why it's extra bright. But it's also extra long, so I need to consider whether I'm going to see a, hopefully not a terrible stylist, someone who actually has the skills to bleach, yes, bleach, the roots and redye, or get it trimmed a little bit more, because like shoulder lengths, I was getting there. Or figure it out. Sign up for the last one. Yeah, it's true. I sure did. And like that didn't mention anything of what I did on Sunday, and that was nice. I left my girlfriend's place, came back home in just enough time, way too early, that's for sure, given how little sleep I got, to host a. I didn't do much. Emma did nearly all the work. I made tea and coffee and cleaned. That's about it. I host a Mother's Day brunch for in-laws. And, like, they're good. They're loud, but because they are a loud family. But they're good. It's good to see them. And then, holy shit, I was tired. Just overwhelmed, man. It's been a big little while. And I just don't think it's going to slow down particularly soon. Got some cool things on the calendar ahead. Emma's family? Loud? Like, I'm not the neurodiverse expert here, right? But I can tell that family has multiple people with ADHD in it. Because they talk over each other a lot. Whereas my family's just sad, so... Uh-huh. Yeah, I got it covered. My family's just sad, so we don't talk that loud at all.
I got this.
Or here's a cool thing. You see these? These are taken from the ships we defeat. We take their triumphs, they float on top of the compensation. And that's pretty cool. Loud and chaos, but also Lord, good Lord, Luxie, no thanks. How does your partner cope? You might say he doesn't, and I might say...
Island folk tend to prefer lighter clothes.
Really?
Maybe something warmer for the high seas. Take your time. I'll give you space to browse.
Yeah. You can tell I'm getting slightly further and further off the rails because I'm drinking coffee again on stream just to hype up because I'm excited to see all of you. It is true, I am actually excited to see all of you, but I did say I was not going to do that, and here I am doing that. Little Paps. He's gonna make it all on his own. Okay, so look, we're gonna sell the exceptionals, the non-unique stuff. Seraphine's mail is unique. Like, just to get ourselves a little bit closer up. Superb, exceptional. We don't need two extra. Like, Slam can... We'll say, alright, you're using the Arquebus, dude. I'm sorry, that's your lot now. Don't fuck it up. And then we can really hope that he doesn't fuck it up. It's just I'm loath to get rid of the grimoires because we do need them. Not the grimoires, sorry, the rubies and other crafting ingredients. Except the kith meat, you know? I just don't want to keep it. It's unsettling. It's gross. Yes. Yeah. What if things get desperate, Jimbles? What if you need it? Okay, we're not going to do that again. We probably will, though, because, you know, terrible. Lugvet liver, that's fine. Let's get rid of some of his grimoire. Yeah. Uh-huh. And I'm not going to pretend for a second that it's actually a bad thing. It's good. Loudness isn't a problem. It's just many of us are different. Not better or worse. Get rid of the forbidden flesh pie. Okay, we're going to try and make Aloth learn all the spells in the grimoires. Whether we can or not. We'll figure it out. Extra 9,000. Progress. Select Aloth. Put them in his personal inventory. Count as weapons. We put them into quick items to be able to change. Make sure we've got Aloth selected. Aloth's grimoire. That's just viewing it. Oh, I can change this. Open up his inventory. Bereth in scripture. Alright, that's not very helpful. What about Slaver's grimoire? What about Weather Mage? Is none of the plus signs the add to my book? There's like makes me wonder if it's possible to look. Okay, now that one's got like a blue thing around it, and like that to me says Aloth already knows this. Doesn't have him selected there this time. I just perhaps think that you can't do that anymore. That it just doesn't add to your spellbook. What if he's holding them? Yeah, now you're holding the blood-soaked grimoire. We're leaving there.
How may I?
Frequently used changes. Blood-soaked. Nope. Okay, well, look, we tried. It looks like you just get what you get. That's so weird, though, isn't it? Given that the previous one, it was a not a huge part, but a pretty big
Island
part.
folk, take your time.
Being a wizard, you can edit things, make them your own, and learn from others. I do want to keep one blood-soaked grimoire because I have that level 9 middle letters missile blast, and like it's pretty useful. We love missiles.
Of course.
Right.
Plenty of fish in the sea. You'll find.
Nope, don't need to buy any fish. Amid the barrels and boxes, a crate stamped to the symbol of the Royal Deadfire Company. Zamar, we were doing a quest for you, weren't we?
Ahoy there. Any news worth telling?
Zamar dusts off his shoulders. I spoke with Captain Rodora.
Has she sobered up yet? Or do we need to shake her by her ankles?
She was robbed. Don't hold it against her.
Robbed? Abidon's fist.
Blinking, Zamar glances past you and swallows.
Someone's feeling bold to prey on a captain in Queen's berth.
Exactly.
Matters being what they are, Redora's commission is yours, if you can afford it.
Zamar smooths down his mustache and dislodges a small puff of sawdust. Oh, I'd be interested in buying Redora's commission. Pro tip, Jimbles doesn't remember what this is about, so we're going to find out together. Press 2!
That'll be the Iron Thunderer. A cannon well deserved of her name.
Zamar beams with pride.
Maybe she doesn't stand up to Rawatai standards, but she's got heart.
Okay.
For 1,000 pyres, she'll crack a hull, scour a sail, or splinter a deck like an imp with something to prove.
This is my reward for helping you?
1,000 is plenty less than I offered the seasoned captain.
One of Zamar's bushy eyebrows raises over the other.
My hands are tied. Sorry.
I'll take it.
You will? I mean, you will.
He snatches a hand and shakes it with 2 quick pumps.
Your vessel will spit fire like
Oh.
a worm with a belly full of fire kelp.
He snaps his fingers at one of his attendants and points at your ship. You've earned 4 Iron Thunderers. Well, that's different. I thought it was just going to be 1. That's fantastic. Thank you. So yeah, we just got a bunch of cats. Do we strictly need it? Not yet. But 1,000 copper is really cheap. I don't know. I feel like we're being a bit of a dick there, right? Whoops. I didn't intend to be a massive dick, but hey. Alright. We had some more quests to turn in. Let's do it. Not that. That's the main quest. That's DLC. Trade secrets. Investigate Devil's Row. Alright, we will. Remember to take him. God, I love this. This is so useful. Kill Dissel. Haven't done that. Travel to Sacred Stair. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Take him. Return to Udita. Lift his refuge in Dunnage. Can't do that yet. Captain Adelis and Fort Ditlight. Not yet. Pakahara. Nope. India. There we go. Queen's Birth. Let's go do that. Hello there. I quite like it when games don't pause when you go to every menu, especially when you got another pause button, right? Because it means that I can open the journal and walk about the map. Helps me do multiple things at once, which I'm a fan
my
of.
little privateer. You have news for me?
Aina folds her arms and tips her head. I dealt with Biakara.
Perfecto. A fitting test of your skills and a promising beginning for us both.
She winks and passes you a small patch of coins.
It goes without saying that I have more work for you if you have the space for more coin.
Aina chuckles to herself. What bounties do you have available?
The company is always eager to hunt pirates. My contacts have one by the name of Veen in their spyglass.
Bean. Aina hesitates before speaking up again.
Veen is a Vithrak, if such things matter to you. Gets in your head, they say.
I'll take on the matter.
Gelarde. You can catch up to Veen as he sails the Dao reckless far east of Nekataka, past the Kuaurikuhu Islands, no doubt thinking himself beyond our reach.
Aina grins to herself and nods. Farewell. That's interesting. Yes, we did arrive in the conversation. You two are named.
Ekosi Fentre. You have found the satchel?
Remember this guy? He lost his satchel in the bath because he's an idiot? You have some explaining to do.
It is not as you must think. Comte Blanca, hear me out.
His gaze slides off your face as if he's not able to meet your eyes. A light sweat dampens his brow and he worries the hem of his tunic. What would Aveta make of your treachery? Perhaps we should find out?
If you will not support me, I understand. Your contempt is justified.
What a coward. He hangs his head and his shoulders sag, listless as a ship at irons.
But I beg you, please do not tell Aveta.
I'm not interested in your explanations. Alright, so before we continue, right, we should actually figure out what the hell that was. They're not done yet. Team prospects. Haven't done that yet. Alright. Harama and Tikawara, haven't been there yet. Dare's friend. Painted masks. There we go, go to Summon's Crown. We'll do that in a moment. Question Udine, we'll do that too. Locate Alchemist Vault. Yeah, return to Sansa, we'll do that. Send things. Portraits. That's not too tough now, we can do that. Quiet's Call. Oh, we can't do that. Food for thought. Establish a source of food. Just establish a source of food for a city. Okay, here. Degnos, sealed fate. I found Degnos outside the Luminous Bathhouse, lamenting the loss of his satchel. He said he left it inside one of the rooms on the second floor of the bathhouse, but the guards wouldn't let him back inside to retrieve it. We found it, he asked it would not open it. While I was looking for it, and Degnos ran back to Queensburg to report to Aveta, his captain. He mentioned it'd be by Peddler's Canal and asked that I return his satchel to him. Intricately carved seal, a worn letter, and a handful of other strange items. The letter, in Degnos' bag, describes a plan to sabotage his ship so he can join the crew of Pinchepi Captain Talfor. Talfor and his crew confronted me, and I think we had to kill them too. Hey, Aveta.
Where is my seal? Postinago, did you take it again?
She grabs Degnos by the arm and shakes him. He winces and ducks his head, making no move to escape her grip.
You will feel the bite of the cat's tail if you have lost it, boy.
Have you ever known abuse to engender loyalty, Temurina? What is that? It's fairly entitled for a married woman. Okay.
Who would dare speak to me thus?
She looks you over. She looks you over once, furrows her brow, and then rounds on Degnos, poking him in the chest with her index finger.
Is this Nazanali a friend of yours, Degnos?
An acquaintance only, Casita. From the luminous bathhouse.
He carefully avoids your eyes and shrugs self-consciously.
First you waste my servant's time, and now you have the gall to waste mine as well.
She stares at you, hawk-eyed, down her long nose and raises a brow, likely expecting you to quaver before her. Forget it. Okay, so we've got Degnos. We've got a Vela. What would you like to do? Vote 1 to give the stuff back to Degnos. Vote 2 to tell Aveta her servant, well, beaten down servant, is planning to kill her. Or sabotage her boat. Likely, and join the pirates. Remember, vote soon. I'll give you just a minute before I make my own decision. You don't like either of them? Yeah, that's fair. Like, I get it. Maybe you'll just choose whoever you think is likely to give us a bigger reward. Maybe you'll just choose someone who's got your moral backing. Like, don't betray your captain, or don't be a dick to your underlings.
I'm learning a lot.
I know, Vela. It's not easy being a little Vela.
Done and done.
Alright, well, we haven't got any votes, so I'm going to go with my gut. And Slam is going to help the
It is
underdog.
not as you must think. Comte Blanca, hear me out.
I won't report you to a vetter if you agree to end your scheming.
Nehala, yes, I will do as you ask, so long as you do not tell Aveta.
He claps his hands together and nods vigorously, and Aloth likes it.
My word is my bond.
He taps his chest. Well, no reward.
Cozy, I do not have the time to talk.
Our
I must
business
help
is
Aveta
resolved,
with her inventory.
and my...
Well, that's that. Into the wild mare. Pretty sure we can turn in a bounty here. Before we go talk to the cartographer, who's going to probably give us some money because we sailed around and labeled 2 islands. One of them being called Vela's Fall. It's fine. If we labeled everywhere, Vela died. Hey, Aboko.
Hello, my hunter. To what do I owe this delight?
Aboko raises his tankard and winks. Give Purakao's head. He's your thirsty Drake.
To think that such a magnificent creature could also be a water-hoarding pest. Dragons are a complicated bunch.
He hefts the head and looks deeply into its eyes before passing you payment.
Agrasima, my friend. You will let me know if you are interested in more work, Ak?
What bounties do you have
A
available?
marauder gang boss called Nomu broke free of custody along with the rest of his plunder buddies. It is said they wasted no time getting up to their old tricks.
I know my face is covering it, my apologies for that, but the quest changed immediately to return to Aboko.
Nomu slipped a noose again. That half-mastered bastard be three ways mad and twice that a killer. Eoya'd be better off shot of him.
You seem familiar, friend.
Aboko shuffles through his notes before shrugging and giving up.
Prison is too kind for a pirate. So there is a bounty on Nomu's head. He and his ilk fled to the wilderness north of Neketaka.
Give Nomu's head. Here, catch!
I hope I will still find this disgusting when I am important enough to toast with the elite bounty hunter.
He lifts the severed head by the hair, wincing all the while, and passes you a pouch of coins. Another 1,500.
I tell them all that the captain of your ship will always be my favorite hunter.
Well, thank you, Aboko. What bounties do you have available?
A sea troll has been making a name for himself raiding fishing villages with his minions. They call him Tahe.
Dae. Well,
That's thief to the locals. I hear the Huana hate few things more than a food stealer.
yeah, that makes sense.
Warriors fan out to catch the fiend, but so far they have no luck. Tahe can't have roamed far from his latest raid on an island southwest of Neketaka.
I'll return with his head. Farewell. Hey, Captain Bradoro?
Ado, you return.
No, nothing new. Okay, Tahe. Well, we'll get to it. Kill Torkar. Confront Katrina in the sacred stair. We could do that. Firebrand's wizard. Thing is, we can't turn this in here. Bogus. Nungada. Well, there you go. One fewer marauder roaming your island will go to Serpent's Crown. Search Queen's Birth and kill the Lord Admiral Imp? Yeah, sure.
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, I cap.
We're stealing everything because we want a new ship, damn it. Con! The young woman lingers near the stage with a mug of ale clutched tight in her hands. Though she shows no interest in the dancers, the bags beneath her eyes speak to many long nights spent drinking in the tavern. She looks lazily about the room till her gaze alights on you with interest.
Have you seen an old elf hanging around here lately? Dresses funny, probably drunker than an eel in a barrel of mead.
As serendipity would have it, I met him not long ago? Actually, let's say, why do you care?
That old goose punter owes me a fair bit of coin.
She takes a deep drink from her mug and concludes it with a tremendous belch. How much are we talking about? She leans close and whispers conspiratorially in your ear.
5,000 coppers if you'd believe it.
Does he?
And if you give me my money back, I'll give you a 20% share as thanks.
Who owes you money?
The drunk old goat I was pestering you about, Oswald. Like the credulous fool I am, I gave him a loan and he ran off before paying me back.
Oswald? We've rescued him already. Sure, it's not like I got something better to do.
I can't thank you enough. No one's been willing to so much as tell me the date until you came along. The man I'm looking for, Oswald, was especially fond of one of the courtesans upstairs, Alice. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak to me, the snippy little cur.
Have you tried being nice?
She wasn't receptive to my particular charms. Let's see you do better.
Okay.
Maybe you can get more out of her than I can.
Right, sure thing.
Come find me after you've talked to her.
I'll be here with my beer. We've saved him from his captors by killing them all.
Have you got any leads on that mad old goat yet?
What does Oswald owe you money for? She stares into the depths of her mug and sighs.
It's my fault, really. I should have known better than to believe that damned old drunk knew what he was doing. Man's a wizard. You understand, and a tinkerer. He convinced himself and me he could, with enough luminous adra, create a device that would add years to one's life.
Wow.
Must have been a crock of shit, because one day he up and ran without a word of explanation or apology.
Oh, cool.
I thought I knew him better than that.
I found Oswald.
And? Where is he? Did you get my money?
Funny thing, but Oswald's flat broke, not a copper to his name.
That twisty old pig licker. I should have known.
Khan slams her fist on the table. Utensils jump. She looks away quickly, tears just budding on her eyelashes, and dashes them away with a shuddering sigh. After the brief storm of emotion has passed, she steadies herself and turns hard eyes on you.
Gods, but I'm dead tired of this wretched archipelago.
She exhales a deep sigh.
So, if you don't mind, I'll be taking my leave. May Wild's legion of creepy eyes watch your back and all that.
Khan gives you a curt nod and finishes the remainder of her drink with a gulp. She hustles out of the tavern without so much as a wave goodbye. That sucks. I'm sorry. You can tell she's really frustrated. Needed that money for something. But I didn't really want to just be like, oh, person I just met, here's 4,000 copper. Defeating the whole purpose of our return to Negataka. Anale, Simir, we'll go back to talking to you again soon, promise. I'm just looking for an imp.
This calls for a subtle touch.
Get it, Slam. Unlock that door.
There.
Yeah. Oswald's journal. Huh. That's interesting.
Hey.
Do you think it wasn't there last time we were here? Because I can't see any reason why we wouldn't steal. So, anyway, that was fun. Mephisto assumed the position. Very funny. I like that. We do need that for a ship. That's why we're here in Negataka. I wanted to buy a new ship, and I decided let's buy a very expensive ship. Just, you know, for fun. For funsies. They're quite specific about They're pretty clear about, hey, don't run out of money before crew payday because morale hit real fast. I kind of expected that. Like, we're looking for an imp here in Queen's Birth, and here we just find a home with nothing else in it. I totally expected it to be like, and now he's an imp. I'm like, oh shit. Get the fucker. Oh, here he is. Hey, buddy.
Avast, ground filth. Why disturb Lord Admiral, eh?
The imp glances left and right with an evident anxiety.
Not doing anything wrong. Go away.
The shore imps flanking the imp chitter themselves and glance about the district. Did Cyril send me?
No interruptions to the plan. Lord Admiral's work too important.
The shore imps raise their claws and block out the sound of the imp's voice.
Get him, cullies!
The imp points at you and screeches at the top of its lungs. I love the sound of the crowd just going, oh crap. Now, last week we started to improve this. What was it now? Kill 20 enemies. Perfect. Alright. I don't think these enemies are going to be very tough. Oh, Lord High Eve is actually powerful, huh? You are too close, my dude.
Not exactly my area of expertise.
Yeah, I hear you.
Wolf a heal.
Yeah?
Oh, you just teleported. What a jerk. Aloth, you are in melee with an enemy who did not take that particularly well. At least you'll hold them off a little bit.
Hogwash!
Slime Shadows killed the Short's champion? I hope so. No, still alive. Just trying to make it a little bit faster. Make it so all about. Come on.
Only takes a fit to blow her away.
This one, lightning. Move a little closer and let's see if we can get both, huh?
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
No, sure got him. Oh well. Good job, Alof. Well, that's what you get, buddy. Ooh, Ibis. Burn armor rating. Being critically hit with a fire attack will give you an interrupt. The map fragment for Lord High Admiral ship. Okay, that's interesting. Note a scribble in the margins. That's interesting. Imp guard parchment. Yes. No giveaway. No try to sell. When other crew stink find you, follow them for treasure. Yes. Good ink. One moment, everybody. We're back. Let's go.
Sure.
Yes, Lamb, you're correct. Sure. That map fragment. That sounds pretty interesting. Perhaps we'll take more bounties and get more map fragments and assemble them to get some buried treasure. Hello, Caleb the dog.
Welcome back, welcome back. It is a pleasure to see you once again. Tell me, how is the sailing? Smooth? Nothing to delay your expedition, I hope.
I know it's been a while, but we're back.
How might I assist you?
I got some material for your book.
Ah, how exciting. Let's see here. Goodness, that's not what I was expecting. And so close to Porto Maggi.
Mm-hmm.
You've done wonderfully. This book will be the best thing since Cassini's adventures, and that was all romantic rubbish. Here, your pay, my friend. We're only getting started, of course. There's more to see.
Yes, please. I'd love extra money.
Tikawara next, I think. How does that strike you? It's a little Huana village out to the southeast. 3 islands this time, all nameless and unloved. They form a little triangle around Tikawara, if you squint. I'll be waiting.
Yeah, alright, we'll give that a go. It's not something we can do right now, but yes. A couple of quests pointing us towards Tikawara. This is a good thing. Again, another lesson to take forward to your tabletop games. Have a few things that point in random directions, but it's actually good to put a bunch of things in a direction if you want the party to go there. Generally, your players will see that you're leading them in a direction and either decide, fuck it, I'm not going in that direction, or they'll feel gratified that it feels like the world is gently pushing them in that direction as well. Especially if you give them time to just enjoy and like derp around. Let's go to Serpent's Crown. Well, we gotta go there as well. Oh yeah, there you go. Go tell Facina. We've got her in the party. Shoti's with us. Shoti's with us. Yep, and Seraphin's with us. Got Alith, but we don't need him. We need to go to Tikawara for that. Okay, well I think we're good. There's only one more thing. I think I will trade out Aloth for our Druid. Ship management? No. Oh, we can probably do it from this screen. Just because we're going all over the place. Leave the city. 38 minutes, but not too long.
Thanks for...
Quiet, Vela. Thanks for taking me along. I'm learning a lot. Well, like, Vela, I'm glad you're here, but honestly, you die a lot. And wake up. Not sailing away just yet. Might actually be nice to see Tikawara. It's not too far. A lot of places are sending us in that direction. Tangaloa's more, maybe we'll go back there. I think maybe we need to go in that direction, but not just yet. To go, come with me for a bit while we explore Nekataka some more. The Dark Cupboard. In Pariki's Overlook. A Principi group notices you walking and approaches you in the street. Ah, hello friends. Do you perhaps have things? Are you going to try and attack us, and then I can take your things? Oh, that's the full quote, yeah. Hi there. Seraphin stops as the other pirates approach, his fist balled. The heat of his anger flushes your skin and seeps beneath, simmering your thoughts.
Hold up, Cap. That be Malnage, the High Queen Sea Devil of the Deadfire herself, awaiting us like a shark in heat.
Ahoy, Malnage.
Captain, I've heard a mess and a half about you. Mostly good. Though I see your tasting company could use some refining.
The all gestured Seraphin with a smirk. Oh, that's a good portrait. Malnage is cute. That's fucking cool. Hell yeah.
Typical Malnage. Can't match my skill, so you try to spew shit.
Boy, when you're as old as me, your skill will still be naught more than the untrained fumbling of an Adeiran maid to the refined workings of my mind.
The sailor's backing a chuckle. When you insult Seraphin, you insult me.
Apologies, Captain. Didn't realise you'd married your honour to this scallywags. You boy him, believe you me. I've heard about your run-ins with Captains Benweth and Ferrante. Meeting the old Principe seems like. Almost makes a girl green. The envy of missing the party.
She grins, her mouth filled with sharp yellow teeth.
I'm tracking a man by the name of Rimaro. Traitor to the cause.
Oh, really?
Romaro ain't no traitor, you mind-blind sack of squid squirts.
Seraphin growls, fist tight, fur bristling. You feel the anger coil about him and spill outward, and your vision begins to swim. Let the visions come. A A sharp strike against your cheek and your head hits wood hard. The wet of something rolling down the back of your scalp, clamping in your fur. And Malnage standing over you, fists balled, a flash like thunder, and copper in her mouth, and an old man. Eyes equal parts kindness and rage, hauling her back, shouting her down, turning to you, leaning in, the rage fleeing. The anger slides past and your vision resolves into the Nekataka street.
Captain, there'll be a bounty of some 4,000 pounds on Romaro, quick or dead. I'd be willing to cut you 1/10 of that, here and now, if you give me any knowledge you might have stumbled across on your travels.
She glances again at Seraphin. Hey chat, what do you think? What do you think? Remember, Romaro is Seraphin's mentor and close friend, not lover, though he wouldn't have minded. 1. I know nothing about this. 2. We think Romaro was here to meet someone named Udine. 3. Lie. We heard Romaro's on his way to Port Marge. And 4. I wouldn't tell you if I knew. And 5. Kindly fuck off. No dubbing in? I agree, Emma. Thank you. Very appropriate. We don't have many people with us tonight, so I imagine we'll have a lot of people in the VODs, and cheers to everyone in the VODs, who as much of this adventure as everyone who watches live. It's just that you don't get to vote. So remember, you can catch me on Twitter or messaging on Twitch if you have anything to say about how we are managing Pillars of Eternity. Remember to also tag Obsidian, the company, not anyone who works there. That's not fair. On Twitter, or just say, hey, Professor Jimbles is streaming Pillars of Eternity 2 and he loves the game. Please give him as much information as possible about Avowed. I'll skyrocket my way to fame, and then there'll be lots of people who sub to me, like 400,000 in a single day, and then Twitch will pay out and I'll quit my job. Anyway, 4 is diplomatic, what if we don't care? Well, both of you said 1 or 4, so I'm going to vote for 4. I wouldn't tell you if I knew.
Careful, Watcher. You don't want to go making yourself an enemy of the Principe Sen Patrena. Anyone aids our enemies shares their fate, you know?
She draws a finger across her throat.
Fare thee well, Captain. See you around, Seraphin.
She turns on her heels and leaves a cruel way. That was an odd sound. Here's the thing.
Leave it to me.
We don't care. We could take her. We really could.
Are we gonna...
But here's the other thing. The Principe San Patrona, they got different factions inside them. So honestly, pissing off part of them is worth it. Hey, Facina.
You're back. Kue, any news?
I got Pateno out of trouble. He's gonna hide out with the Principe.
Ah, at least with the Principe I give him a fighting chance.
Facina trails off with concerned mutters.
But the Rawatai has a long reach.
She cradles her chin and stares off into the distance. Pateno has a head start in any case.
May he get smart and lie low. What of the gloves? What happened to them?
I have them right here for you. She accepts the gloves with a grateful sigh.
At least I know Arkemir won't feed me to the imps.
She folds the gloves with care and stows them away.
Take your discount as well. If the cupboard doesn't make its goals, so be it.
I need to get inside Archimede's manor.
Imp, go hang laundry.
She holds up a finger for silence, her gaze following the shop imp as he flutters moodily away. I think this quest or the dialogue was written before they knew what the area looked like. I feel like a lot of most games are like that as well. But here, the imp is all the way over there. You wouldn't hear if you whispered anyway.
I'm only doing this for how you help Berteno.
She lets out a heavy sigh and slips a key from her pocket.
Here, burn Archimede's manor down for all I care.
She presses a key into your palm. You gain an item, Archimede's manor key.
What else do you need?
Farewell. We're not done here yet. We're close. Shop imp.
Fasina much nicer lately. Said hello before she kicked me. Progress, eh?
Shop imp gestures towards the wares in an encouraging manner. Jano's careful calamities. See, this is also why I'm like, we should be able to learn these fucking spells, because some of them you can't get elsewhere. Do you have to re-equip them? Being a wizard is hard. Being a wizard is hard. Recoil's fingers. Dexterity, sleight of hand. It's good. It's not that good. Talk of intellect. Yeah, we've got much better than that. I don't want the ibis. Hey, it's good against fire damage, but if you take fire damage, you may explode. Jeez. Head with blunting belt is actually pretty useful, so we will keep that. That indecisive neck piece is pretty good. Let's see if I can put it on someone. Don't need that though. Deer wooden hognose. We'll keep those 4, but no, we got 4 other ones. Yo. We got 5 Iron Thunderers now. Okay, well honestly, 4 to 7, 6 to 9. Slightly longer reload time, but a better range. It's just, there you go. Fantastic. That's a good one. It's also a good one. But I feel like we're going to need them, so we're not going to sell them. Look at all those pets. Beautiful. They're so cute. Wish my scroll wheel didn't move me 2 at a time. That's what you get for just getting such a fancy mouse. Extra 1,000. Okay, look how close we are. I believe we needed 100k to be safe. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're just going to turn in some more quests. We're not done yet. Just some bombs. And some books. Yeah, random books. We don't need those. We're fine. Alright. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Slam, my lad. 15 mechanics. You're a hero. Improve your bluff. Ooh. 1 new ability for Chanter or Cypher, because it's not a new power level. His hunt for revenge eternal. Oh, but knock not on the door of Erdle and Girdle, for they do enjoy stomping on your head. Ogres now possess a sweeping area of attack. Rise, rise again, scions of Haddon, and face your foes. That's cool, but our people don't go down that often, except if it's Aloth. Can't wait till we get that one. The lover cried out to the beloved, I am yours. Together they slew forth a river of red. God, you can just tell. I love these chanter names. They're so good. Deflection and enemies engage. The Silver Knight shields broke both arrow and blade. Aaron gets burn damage. It's cool. It's cool. Spell shaping is pretty useful, but we don't need it just yet. The bridesmen slew 30 for they crossed half the hall. Each kill fed his fury. Ooh, that's cool too. Man, Chanter has got so many good things. Cypher, we've got Silent Scream already, which is pretty good. Greater Focus would be useful too. You're just better. Psychic Backlash, we don't need that, even though... Yeah, cool. Alright, that's good. Lovely. Oh, Slam. He's such a hero. I love him. Adair, my good friend. My streetwise survivally. With a terrible stealth, because you're not actually a rogue. Proven ability. Oh, I thought we just got that. Engagement limit increases and enemies engaged by the rogue are distracted. That's fantastic. When they're distracted, he gets backstabbed. And also provides it to everyone else as well.
Right here. Be right there.
Just essentially that's admitting that Adair is really annoying in combat. And I believe it. Remember, one of his swords is a skull impaled on a saber that's always on fire. That would be excessively distracting. See?
Kehu,
You ever use your abilities to play jokes on anyone?
Ikera, I once sold a water globe to a Mataru priest. It was filled with live fish.
It doesn't sound like much of a joke.
The trick was letting the sculpture break down while he slept with it over his head.
Oh, I'm getting so many ideas right now. How would you feel about betraying the Watcher's trust?
Well, that's pretty good.
Too difficult.
I don't think there's anything in the Waterships Guild. There isn't anyone up here. There was an imp called Worthless Idiot that we dealt with by inviting him to our cool ship. I think we just go straight to the bathhouse. Pariki's Overlook is a small map. Curious Lantern. Name your price. Don't give her your holy lantern full of spirits. That would be blasphemy. Hey, Vela Merchant, what you got? The clothing from your fish shop is some of the island's finest. Oh, into the bathhouse we go. We're here for a quest for Seraphim. Having a good time. Me too, to be honest. Maybe it's just the coffee, but I sure am enjoying the chirping about, doing some side questing, getting ready to buy a ship. Udine, huh? Hey, there's the elf.
Unless there's anything you need, please, let me to mine water.
The woman dabs herself with a warm cloth. You're Udine, right? We heard you know where we can find Romaro.
Oh, you poxy old salt. Spill what you know before we spill your guts.
Jesus, Seraphim, what the fuck?
Seraphim.
She smiles, an expression both sad and kind.
Romaro described you pointedly. He told me that you would come were you in danger.
Described you pointedly, he told.
Danger? Nay, not I. I do seek him, though. And I feel that he needs me. Feel it in the deep depths of my furry fun sack. If you care for him, you'll be telling me what you know.
Look, I do enjoy furry fun sack, even if mine leans in the other direction.
He bade me not tell anybody of his plans, ye included. He's left this area, afeard of the danger he fishes on those near to him.
She sighs, a long pain sound accompanied by wince. Please help my friend, Udine. He loves Romaro like a father.
He's the nearest thing I got to kin. Why didn't he trust me?
Seraphim's head drops.
He did trust you. He trusted you wholly.
Udine frowns at Seraphim, her eyes wet.
I'll tell you, and trust you to con best what to make of the conning. Romaro treated me as galleon for mine clipper. A stuggy trade, surely, but he insisted that he needed the speed.
Wow.
I can't tell you what he intends, but he set sail for Sayuka, intending to replenish there. That's everything I con, for whatever good it does you.
Thanks.
He gave up the sorcerer? And for what? An elven clipper? Makes as much sense as Doug's on a drake cap. He'd be easy catchings for any freebooter after his hide.
Who's hunting Romaro besides Malnage?
That salted cockfights be the biggest threat, sure as shit. But others will want that bounty too. Not to mention a favour comes with it.
Salted cockfights. That's fantastic. Strangely, your good friend is trying so hard to avoid you. Seraphim blinks, nose twitching. His ears angle slightly back.
Surely thinks he's protecting me. Stubborn as I seem, Captain Watcher. Romaro makes me look the dabbler.
We should hurry to Sayuka.
Aye, Cap, you've read my mind. And here with me thinking that were my skill in particular.
He winks, and Adair thinks he's funny.
Thank you mightily, lass. Enjoy the baths.
He bows to Udine.
Safe travels. The wages of war catch ye up soon or soon.
Remember when I was espousing the fact that I thought Udine was supposed to be a companion or a character? Maybe I'm wrong. I also think maybe I'm still correct, though.
Please, enjoy the baths.
I'll pass for now. I just want to talk to this person.
Hail again, fellow bather.
Who we know smiles and splashes a palmful of water in your direction. Enjoy the bath.
Aye.
The pathfinding defaults me to walk all the way in, but we don't need to do that. Is that everybody? I think it was. We'll sneak into the Archimage's vault, but otherwise, it's off to Serpent's Crown. Yeah. And then go to the Sacred Stair. Oh, that one's gonna be fucking pissed. Before we do that part in the Sacred Stair, I'm getting Aloth back because we will need it. That's a good dungeon. That's for friggin' sure. Ooh. Another time to go. Serpent's Crown, up we go. There's not much in Serpent's Crown, is there? I think it's just because we haven't been into every building. We're on our 3rd episode of only Nekataka by the time we were in Serpent's Crown, and I was like, oh, let's not go do every building when they're just like, this person's house. I'm like, ugh. Does it matter? The answer is yes! But the answer is also not right now. The burned book grows warm in your pack. The what? Try the Quitter Cleaver. The burned book. Oh, that's right. This one, the burned book of lore. How my siblings preened and postured after the events of Hasonga, but came no closer to consensus. I cannot stomach such disorder. You didn't need to reignite the Adra Lighthouse. Aethys had already gone. You could have tracked him to his next destination, but you opted to help the colony instead. Why? The Juan are protective over the native Adra. I knew they'd appreciate it. Now that you see what can happen when mortals assemble to meet a crisis head-on, collaboration on that scale is rare, but also unreliable. My more compassionate and optimistic siblings are no doubt overjoyed, thinking they've somehow gotten the better of me. How wrong they are. So you killed that upstart pirate and put an end to his delusions of grandeur. Bravo. I thought I might charge you for slaying a ruthless and effective leader, but something about righteous vengeance always brings a smile to my face.
If you desire answers, look no further. I have several.
Go ahead. I want to talk about the wheel and your rise to godhood. I can only divulge so much to mortals. Why was she not voiced in a suddenly voice? Because voice acting is expensive, and generally you need to do it after you finish the first draft of your writing, and not the greater. At some point the writer is like, I have extra time. We wanted to have more conversation with Wadaka. Let's add this book. And they added a few voice lines that they had, but don't. And then that's my guess. I'm not certain. But in the end, this is just like games, right? What is the decision making based on for which lines of which not? That would be probably what I'd like narrative game design lead or something similar. Who's like, how much money do I have? Where do I spend that time? Some of them were thought of earlier. And the last time we read this book, every line was voiced. I can only divulge so much to mortals. Our oldest rules and limitations demand it, but I will entertain your curiosity. How did the Ingwithans become gods? At the height of our power, we recognized the potential of the soul. We knew that it could be bound, split apart, diverted like a river, and hammered together. Hammering was trivial. Those of us who agreed with the Apotheosis Project, and many who did not, submitted to a violent and horrible erasure of our individuality. After the dust settled, we adopted the form of beings from Aora's most prevalent myths. There are other faiths and legends, but we labored to strike their names from history. How exactly does the wheel function? Much of reincarnation's mechanism exists in the idea space at the beyond. You wouldn't find a wall of cogs and levers unless we conjured one to illustrate a point. The wheel has but one material component in all of Aora, something we built to channel essence through Luminous Adra and into the beyond with reliable continuity. Before we intervened, the flow of essence was directionless, unpredictable, but we succeeded in widening the gap, diverting it, giving it an efficient path to follow. This is also, I'm pretty fucking sure, added after the original release as The lead writer has said a couple of times that people did not understand that the gods themselves did not create reincarnation on Aora. They just added it. And that's a key concept because it does alter the end of the game quite a lot. Reincarnation existed before you, so why not just leave it alone? Before we took control of the wheel, reincarnation was error-prone, lacking forward momentum. Hollowborn were fairly common and hardly the worst of the soul maladies. Control gave us the power to strengthen the souls of intelligent kith over generations. We made you wiser, stronger, more likely to develop the society we thought you deserved. Every turning of the cycle demonstrated the righteousness of my belief. Nature begets chaos, and discipline begets perfection. Whew. That's some big shit. Back to my other questions. Speak, Watcher. It isn't every day I open myself to these communions, so spend your breath wisely. Tell me about this enlightened society you once wanted. You're curious to know more? Excellent. You have but to ask. How would you have even recognized that ideal society? A valid, self-defeating question, and one which I posed often. We assumed that they, whoever they were, would reveal themselves to us. Rational government would rule in our stead, leaving churches vacant. Thanks to Aethys, we're pulling the dough from the oven before it's had a chance to fully rise. You unfortunate bastards never had the chance to prove me wrong. Why do the other gods tolerate your opposition? Opposition can take many forms. If a church embraces and weaponizes my doctrine, that is very different from me rampaging as a titan.
Aethys is not known for subtlety. Twice now, he has contaminated the purity of our experiment, and done so with extravagant displays that undermine our authority.
Undermine. I am the counterpart to the soft-hearted. It makes no difference if mortals pass some arbitrary test. My mind is settled on the matter. Regardless of my feelings, the timing of this crisis forces us to accelerate our schedule. Final judgment comes sooner than any of us would prefer. Doesn't the social engineering plan seem counterintuitive? You mean gods crafting a godless world? Naturally. Also, hey, comrade. My siblings decided to influence mortals and steer them in a proper direction, even if that direction led to places we could not follow. I had no intention of being left behind. Society would unravel without its queen to impose strict order. What if someone proves you wrong? If our pantheon found that mortals had cultivated a perfect lawful system to maturity, I would not voice a word in protest. I would merely stand aside and await the inevitable collapse. Mortals need us. I know this as well as I know myself. Even a lawful and responsible society would be poised to collapse as long as its architects and strongest adherents were mortal.
Any satisfaction that my siblings derived from their little experiment would be short-lived. And it would fall to me to clean up after their mess.
Make no mistake, Watcher. In this, I cannot be proven wrong. Back to my other questions. You learned so much already. Only ask if you're ready for the truth. Has your opinion of mortals changed at all? Nothing you've done has tarnished it utterly beyond repair. You may congratulate yourself on that much, at least. We'll speak again.
Worika nods stiffly. You feel her presence drift as a breeze, rustling as it goes.
It occurs to me that I think we've actually had part of that dialogue before, and I'm repeating it, but again, it is good, given we're playing this game over a long period of time, to not forget that we're having these conversations with Worika. That we're trying, like, at least part of it, it's not the only way, but we're kind of trying to change her mind on whether mortals can self-govern.
Remember, a pet is a great responsibility. Akira.
Yeah, so I've already bought all of them.
What say, Hunter?
Give Bane his head. Looks like her luck ran out.
So it has.
5,000 copper. Noongata accepts the head and looks into its eyes.
She was like a greased pyre in her day, slipping between hands that never grasped her for long. Nothing lasts forever. Good work, Hunter.
What bounties do you have available?
My contacts hiss of Flamewalker Vesali, a Naga shaman with a venomous tongue. During a conflict between clans, Vesali lured a rival leader into an ambush under the guise of truce.
She tuts to herself.
Her snake brethren want her snuffed out. She is rumored to be near the territory she claimed in the eastern parts of the Kawa'orukuhu island chain.
Give Vesali's head. She won't be slithering out of this one.
Snakes are difficult clients, I say. But I think mine will be very satisfied.
She accepts the head and sniffs before holding it at arm's length.
Good work, Hunter. You must be in good health to survive Vesali's poison.
Congrats, Luxie. What bounties do you have available?
I have an unusual challenge, seeing as the target is already dead. They call him the Steel Preacher. In life, he was a devout Magranite with a pet construct.
Her brow furrows.
Rather than accepting death and passing through Tangaloa's jaws, he paid an animancer to stuff his soul inside his metal pet. Now he is a metal terror, purifying travelers in flame.
Well, well, well.
The trail of his destruction ends on an isle due south of Fort Deadlight.
Give the Steel Preacher's head. I'll be glad when this isn't weighing down my pack.
Always better to die clean than meddle in soulcraft, I say.
Nungata hefts the head under her arm and passes you payment. Another 6,000 copper? That is 16,000 we picked up from her today.
I hope the holy man takes a lesson to his next life.
What bounties do you have available?
Uamoru is my final assignment. This one is a special.
We've already done it.
High places.
Nungata tips her head in the direction of the palace.
Uamoru is a pretender to the Kahanga throne. He thinks himself deserving of Serpent's crown, and is not above killing to wrest it away. One of the flowers sprouting from his head must have pierced his brain.
That's interesting.
He wouldn't be the first godlike you've encountered with delusions of grandeur.
She glances up at Takeo.
My delusions are well earned, I say.
Oh, love him.
His small but spirited resistance makes port on an island east of Magran's Teeth. Steer clear of his lion. They say that beast has a killing bite.
Give Uamoru's head. One rebellion cut off at the root.
Then the gods truly did not want Uamoru to lead the Kahanga. Pity he learned the hard way.
Nungata tucks the head aside and passes you payment.
You do good work, Hunter, but the bounties have dried up. That is a spring which time always replenishes in its course, I say.
Nice doing business with you, Nungata. Well, well, well. What a fascinating and profitable little trip we had there. Pretty pleased with myself there. Pretty pleased indeed. Barbarian? Barbarian. I gotta give you 2 melee weapons, man. You're not doing much with the pistols. I do want to get 2 single one-handed weapons. No thanks. Very successful melee attack. Yeah, there you go. Action speed while dual wielding. We'll be doing that. I think we don't have anything that specifically improves. Yeah, there you go. Seraphin, I'm so sorry for distracting you like that. Pushing you, of course. Slime Shadows also levels up, making him even better at this stuff. I think mechanics is as high as it needs to go. At 11? Let's leave it there. Just summon a drake. Jazz hands. The other jazz hands. Okay. Stop it. don't have any just greater focus. That's pretty good. Major pierce damage. Yeah, add an interrupt on demand. Slam needs that. Oh my. Archibus is like, let's do that. He's doing stuff with Archibus. Let's grab it. Alchemy religion. That's what you do. Duality of mortal presence. Switch between linking the incoming wounds to their body or their mind. No, we're good. Pretty good. Thunderous blows. That was good. What about Priest, though? We honestly use that a lot. Pen with fire, electricity, acid or decay. Spell shaping, please. I'll show you what it looks like soon. And when I pull, like when we get Aloth, I'll show you as well. It's much more useful for wizards. Gotta make Takehu a big nerd because he's taking the place of Aloth a lot. Upgraded. See? Ah, yes, he can't stack them. I thought so. Increase meditation with frost and water attacks. Even though we don't have any of them yet. Alright. Let's actually get some spells. Only boiling spray. That's good, but how about also overwhelming wave? Yeah, that's beautiful. Good job, Takehu.
Alright, done and done.
118,000? Fuck yeah, we can get ourselves a cool ship. And I know we're coming close to break, but we're not at break just yet. Netahe, who are you again? You had a thing for us, didn't you?
You return.
Nope.
What?
It's about retrieving. It's about retrieving an epic poem from someone's house. We'll deal with it later. Shrug. Okay. Mira's blessing in her sails, traveler.
What for, Captain?
Weapons only. We don't have to hand weapons for you. Take the hand mortar. Find someone who may have a melee weapon and steal it from them. Nope. Curse my excitement to sell everything we own. Might. Random bone. Actually, you've already got something. Yeah. Cape to stop you from taking extra damage. No, that's good. Boots, Grand Sleep. Which we're likely to use when... Unless... Yeah. Sorry, buddy. You get leap because you're a barbarian. In fact, I think you might get leap normally. So we'll see how that turns out. Next slots. Got lots of them. Exceptional. That's all. This is better. Hello, Aloth. You're looking so
Gladly
well.
accept.
Aye.
Prince Orihi.
Akira, but I hear whispers that you visited the Hazanui's Adra lighthouse and survived.
Orihi smiles, stroking his chin.
Too much has happened for you to waste words with the royal brother. From now on, you work with Onikaza as an honored guest of her rooftop garden. Only, be kind to her cats.
Sure, but be kind to all cats. We also still need to follow up on his task, you know? Utepu? You're familiar. The sun-scarred Juana glances up from the rumpled sheet of parchment in his hands and regards you with unease.
A Tepu, drawer of maps. I have nothing to sell unless you are needing something else.
He clears his throat and rolls out the parchment with a quick spin of his palms. What brings a cartographer to the court?
I recently had the pleasure to rediscover, if I am honest, one of the lost Sanctuary Islands.
Tell me about the Sanctuary Isles.
Our ancestors marked off specific islands across Deadfire as rallying points in case a great misfortune split up the tribes. Even they could not have guessed how important the Isles would become. Some thousands of years ago, volcanoes, storms, and quakes shook the archipelago. Any one of those do happen, but never with such ferocity or all at once.
I wonder what perhaps happened.
The Juana survived by taking shelter on the Sanctuary Isles to save our society, and not just any one tribe. Since those days, we have not found any of the old Sanctuary Isles. Ngati took some beneath the waves, taking whole tribes with her. Others were lost to time and forgetfulness. I am told that the Wahaki are protective toward the Isles, but that is their business.
Utepu shrugs. How did you make this discovery?
I was surveying the waters around an atoll when a storm dragged my ship off course. The waters were unknown to me. When a green fleck appeared in my spyglass, I unfurled my sail. The shore twisted around itself, confusing even this old navigator until I found myself at the center. I did not make it far up the beach before I spotted signs of habitation. Marking my coordinates and orienting myself by the evening sky, I made for Neketaka to tell the crown of my findings.
You mentioned that entire tribes were lost.
Understand, the Deadfire was broken. The lives lost could not be counted. And more has been forgotten than may ever be remembered. Imagine how much history we lost in a single year, much less the millennia that followed. Whatever our people hoped for themselves, we may never know if we got it right or wrong.
If I were venturing to this island, what might I find?
Death.
Utepu stares away, his face losing its color until he catches your expression.
I did not mean to frighten you. These islands have known great tragedy, and millennia have passed in cheerless silence.
Did not mean to frighten you.
Should you land on a Sanctuary Isle, do not expect to find welcome.
Alright, well, back to my other questions.
If we must.
You must have seen much on your travels. Ever found a sign of a Kaiser? Just hearing the word causes him to perk up at attention, though his lips press together at a slant.
There is not a Juana in all of the Deadfire who does not take to the open water hoping to catch a glimpse of the lost Ukaizo.
He sighs. That's an important statement as well. It really covers the exact reason of how big a discovery it was.
If I could walk the beaches of our ancestors, take a fleeting glimpse of what they left behind, mine would be a life well lived.
What would you hope to find on Ukaizo?
The same thing we all hope for. Answers to the long silence that precedes our history. Who we were could tell us who we are. But if I am being selfish, maps, charts. Our ancestors were keen explorers, and a roll of their parchment could teach us more than what we have gathered in the last century.
Farewell. Funny that we can't just straight up tell them, hey, we found something. It may be useful to you. Because it's a plot point for the main quest. We gotta wait a little bit longer. I think we actually need to go to Tikawara. But further. I can't zoom out any further. Well, that sucks. Anyway, the world is huge. At least this part of the
My
map.
brothers and sisters have set sail for Neketaka.
I thought the tribes needed them to calm the weather.
The belly of the great eel roars with hunger. Will you help Barati to calm it?
Farewell.
A greater storm surrounds this place.
Very intense,
We
man.
must answer the call of the Kahanga. If the outsiders do not trample us first, the Green God will surely do it for them.
Yeah. Whoops, accidentally got stepped on by Aethys. Lol.
I'm not so sure I believe you. What am I thinking right now? No, wait. Now.
It don't work that way, lass. I pick up on feelings. See fragments of memories sometimes. Impressions. And mostly when folks are upset or a bit of nerve, unless I'm trying to intrude. And I generally try not to intrude.
Intruded on me the moment we met.
Ah, that were an accident. If anything, you be the one that were intruding on me.
Oh, well, you could take a gander if you wanted. I mean, not all the time. Just this once.
As you wish, lass.
Seraphine looks up at Shoti with an uncommonly serious expression. His eyes seem to drill into her. And suddenly he jerks his head away and blinks like his eyes are burning.
So which is it? Light or dark? What do you see?
Neither, lass. Bounced off you like a bullet off an ironclad.
Shoti shrugs and walks away. Seraphine watches, hand rubbing the back of his head. Anything I should know about?
Mayhaps. Let me be ruminating on it for a tick, Cap.
He sighs and turns away. Ooh, ominous. Ominous. Also, pretty fucking cool. Yeah, rooftop. That's what we want to go. How did I walk past the rooftop earlier and then get lost? Terrible. To shreds, you say? Oh, and how's his wife? To shreds, you say? Elder Tiger, Queen Onakaza.
You return intact. Nagati is not always kind to those who travel upon her domain.
Onakaza touches her probably brow, and nods.
A messenger from the jaws of Tangaloa speaks with the voice of wisdom and change, I say.
She raises her brows at you.
It is fitting that yours should be the voice that tells of Hasongo's fate. What did you see there?
Some Naga occupied the colony after Aethys drained the Adra. I let them live.
The snakes are on edge. Where comes this new boldness?
Onakaza thumbs her chin and narrows her eyes. Is Jungle Judy Dench? I mean, yeah, I guess. Think she's younger?
Far be it for me to complain if they make trouble for outsiders.
Oh yeah, she's also a cipher. There's a weariness to her thoughts that she doesn't bother to hide.
What of Aethys? If you know why he terrorizes the Deadfire, speak on.
The Queen nods. He makes her Magrin's teeth, but I believe that is only a waypoint? Tapping her chin, Onakaza nods in ways that matter. At length, her even expression spreads into a pleased and knowing smile.
If Aethys makes for Magrin's teeth, I say the Rathun will grind him to dust for the praise of their warrior matron.
Her brow rises with interest.
Even if they fail, it will be an enemy cleared for my plate. This is the gratitude of Nagati, I say.
Rathun?
The fiery children of Magrin, devoted to their mother with a fanatic zeal. Bothersome, but the least of my troubles now.
Well, that's new.
From Port Mage to Hasongo to Magrin's teeth, Aethys follows a rich vein of Adra. It takes him northeast to more interesting territory. In the deepest memory of the tribes, we have told stories of Magrin's teeth. Embellished sailors' fables, Akira, but not without some truth.
Okay.
My people speak of treacherous seas, lakes of fire, and the ancient warriors hammered to life on Magrin's anvil.
Onakaza props her chin on her fist and looks you up and down.
Ashen Maw is the grandest and most accessible of the peaks. It is the sharpest tooth in Magrin's jaw. Prepare yourself for a fight.
Any chance of support ships to accompany the compensation?
Akira, would that our resources were not so entangled in other parts.
Okay.
I cannot send ships to Magrin's teeth any more than I would send paper dolls to a furnace.
She arches her fingers together, staring intently at the point in space where they meet.
If you make preparations in Nekataka, I say we can help each other.
She sits up straighter and regards you with a level expression.
I must keep the city's peace, and I have only so many arms and eyes. While the Deadfire screams, I would see Nekataka outlast the storm to come.
It looks like we're making a decision on what faction to support. We're not yet. That point is way signposted, don't worry. What do you need from me?
What I need is a lasting peace that will outlive my dynasty. But I will accept peace of mind for now.
Now, it is break time, and we will be taking a break very shortly.
What do you know of my water shapers, Herald of Bareth?
Monokasa leans forward and rests her chin on her fist. I know they give Rautai no end of trouble in their early advance.
Akira, if you recall history, then you know why I am protective over the guild. My water shapers are the levy holding back Rauatai's advance. An adept standing at the prow of a war canoe is enough to send the fleet scrambling for the shallows.
She eases back, languid and satisfied.
This reminds me. I owe the Hazanui a basket of koiki in remembrance of the Battle of Nakaroatl.
Which is when Rautai encroached on Huana lands and made an enemy of the Wahaki tribe. And the Rautai's warships decimated the tribal force. But in the aftermath, the Huana Crown dispatched water shapers to sink the Rautai's most prized vessel. Poking the hornet's nest?
That is Aruihi's job, but Akira, there is a side of diplomacy which I enjoy.
Monokasa winks.
While the problems of Aethys and overindulgent admirals plague these waters, I have summoned the masters of water shaping to Nekataka. Now would be the time to confer with Guildmaster Mairu, but she does not answer my summons.
Monokasa looks out on her city. Her hand squeezes down on the armrest. Do you think something is wrong?
It is too early to grow a forest from this coconut, but I would not dispatch you if I felt at ease. The guild can suffer no setbacks. If Mairu shirks her duties, her queen would know the reason.
She stares off into the distance and sighs, her gaze unfixed.
Nagati, do not abandon us now.
Monokasa turns her gaze back to you and flinches. This was not a thought she intended to share. Look at that, levels up for everyone as well. Quest added, the shadow into Negataka. That's a big deal too. I'm excited to do that quest. We're not doing it today. I actually need to do a little bit of reading because it alters something. Anyway, so it's time for a break. Let's be back in 10 minutes, okay? I'll see you at 8:42. Time to click the break button and then turn off the microphone.
Can we slow down and look at the pretty churches? except my tongue. Kinda hurts. I'm safe with you, Captain. I just know it is all.
I said, I'm not late, you're late. Fuck you. Which is only a little funny. Okay, we're back to chatting just for a second because... What is this? Good lord, what is it? This lovely dark... Very dark, look at that, it's beautiful. It's reflecting instead of lighting up, god damn it. Anyway. Comrade. You're a married man. Wonder where you got that, he says. Sneakily. This is port. This is very lovely port. I received it as a gift by being a very important guest at a wedding on the weekend. And it's fucking delicious. Holy shit. As someone who doesn't like wine as well, this fortified wine tickling me in such a perfect spot is a bit of a surprise, but a welcome one, that's for sure. A very welcome surprise from my friend Conrad. And so I toast your health and lasting memory to you and your partner. Fuck yes. Okay, cool. Oh! There were specific and clever and beautiful things about it as well. Like it was aged in this barrel, and I do not remember. Sorry. It's bad. At least when you hadn't heard before? Do you remember what it was, Loxy? Maybe she was complaining about standing around too long? I can imagine that would happen. Stun enemies. Oh, let's get more rogue. Let's get more stabby. There we go. I love this ring the bell. Strike the bell. Can we slow down and look at the pretty churches? That's good. That's pretty good. We're not even moving. Come on, Vela. Get your shit together. Fuck. God damn. Alright, I'll stop giving a shit. Or will I? I will. Just look to see if they feel like I've muttered this before, but I should look to see if I can get the soundtrack because it's good. It's beautiful. Someone's got a sleight of hand. I think it's you, Saravan. just gaining robust. Like, I just don't think just gaining an expression like that is that worth it. There you go. That's good. Deal extra damage to people who are about to die. Perfect. Maces too. I think you're right as well. When they're like, okay, everyone levels up. I'm like, oh, we definitely level up. And everyone's like, yeah, okay, everyone gets it. That's pretty good. I also think this sort of thing makes me think of Golden King. It's absolutely like XP, 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 XP. Yeah, it's good. Golden King loves leveling up. Deflect, redirect incoming melee attacks. It stops when you move. Mortification. Just whack someone in the head. Amazing. Priest. We got spell shaping earlier. And now we've got a symbol that shows you what you can spell shape. Triumph for the Crusaders. Penalty defenses and take burn damage over time. Sounds fantastic. Actually, no. Accuracy and might. Remove it from other people? Yes, please. Yeah, but Jim, XP? XP, XP?
Captain?
The thing is, I love giving XP out. I think it's fun. Only because, like, getting the numbers itself is a fun little diversion when you're playing. So I like handing it out. Oh yeah, that's right, it's just this.
So what happens if you dry out too much?
If it is Ngati's desire that I stay moist, she will hasten the rain.
If it is Nagati's desire to keep me moist, she will call me a very, very good boy.
Aye, aye.
Excellent. Damn. It's going to leave the other way, which would have been much more sensible. All right. What do you mean, gross?
Wait to make some new friends.
You just don't like the word moist, do you? You're one of those people. Someone's got to have explosives too. See, always improve stuff you already have. Invocation that makes you much stronger at everything. You have issues with the arrogant fishman. Oh, but he's an artist with inner turmoil who hides his insecurities by being extra floaty and arrogant to the point of failure and obviousness.
Bend your ear, Tick.
I love it. Of course I do. Servant sighs, pinching the bridge of his blue nose between forefinger and thumb.
Shody seems a right fine lass and all, but, well, she asked me to pick around in the forts. Told her I didn't see nothing. I bounced right off of her. But that were a lie.
It was like 10 minutes ago. Also, of course you lied. You were talking.
Oh, now that ain't fair, Cap. Sometimes I flirt. Ain't nothing truer than a flirt.
Yes! 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 Absolutely, Seraphim. Ah! If you're lying when you're flirting, you failed. Just tell them what you like in a way that makes them smile. Hint at something else. You're having normal conversations, which is normal compliments, but something about your subtext and the way you're looking at them, the way you're smiling, that's saying something more. That's all. That's all it needs to be. He grins, revealing a hint of crooked teeth.
I touched her mind for a second, but felt something pull me in and keep me trapped for what seemed like days.
Oh, Luxie, if you think it's scary, clip it. Go on. Do it. Make me famous online. Give me clips that I can send out to the internet, huh? Look at this crazy greenhead professor going on a weird tangent because someone mentioned floating and truth. Jeez, keep him trapped for days?
I ain't seen its like before. Sometimes old salts get nightmares so that I can't bunk around them. But they usually ain't this flavour of apocalyptic.
I know Shirley has nightmares. You can help her overcome them.
Right, fair point, Cap. We all deserve a fighting chance against our demons. And mayhaps I can help the lass stack the odds in her favour.
That's the spirit, Seraphim. Good job. And yes, the fish boy is Jimbles bait.
I'm learning a...
In a fun way. I like Seraphim too. And Aloth. And Maya. And Adair. And Shoti.
I say the gods chiseled you from lumber and dragon bone.
I'll take that, at least as far as my head's concerned.
Used to work a farm, growing Vorless. Never thought I'd get out of there. Sorry, would you like to buy something?
What?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Sorry, just talking about flowers. We need nothing, I'm afraid.
Done and done.
Done and done. Apparently, Andre answered his prayer. Set a school of fish into his net. Hail, hardy traveler. The blizzards of
I'm
Rauta.
safe with you, Captain. I just know it is all.
I should hope so, given, remember, I kidnapped you. You've tied your hands into your... Oh, alright, that's very responsible of you. I can't hold it against you. You have no tickets and thus can... Look, I'm trying. The dark. I'm glad you're still alive.
Take care, and may the shining god light your way.
Yeah. It's interesting that you're still alive. It's good.
Here's where I do the ritual. Right there, under the statue of Gon.
That's going all right. Hey, Wharton.
I can't believe it. Is that really you?
Solid meals and decent sleep have filled Wharton's lean frame out somewhat, but the man retains a fox-like aspect around the face. He greets you with an indecisive smile, unsure of whether to be nervous or pleased.
And Adair, you made it out of Gilded Vale for good, then. I'm glad.
A lot more might have made it out if you hadn't left him for dead.
Adair's fists clench and unclench several times.
I haven't forgotten. It's why I'm here, Adair.
Wharton's doesn't meet Adair's eyes. It takes visible effort for him to meet yours. Wharton, what are you doing here?
I kept to my word. I started trying to help around town like you told me. When the Hollowborn curse ended, it was like... You can't imagine what that meant to everyone. We had some good years. Then word came through that the Dawn Stars were coming out here. That the Shattered God was back to being the Shining God. Blazes, I tossed and turned about it. I figured there couldn't be a clearer sign. So now I'm doing what I can. Handing out food mostly, or delivering supplies. Familiar work, I guess. Took some getting used to. Working shoulder to shoulder with Raid Sarens, but it's not so hard as you'd think. Feels like I'm on the right path. Toward a little piece of redemption, maybe?
I guess everyone's chasing after Aethys these days.
You too, eh? Guess we're all making up for something. Would be nice to get some answers, maybe. Or forgiveness for getting his people killed. I don't know.
There are no true gods to redeem us, Wharton. There's just us.
I guess you've changed your mind some since we met.
Sure, he puffs out a heated breath. We'll shoot him
I
like
never
that.
got a sign from Aethys to begin with. There was just you. If it comes down to what we can live with, I'm still in the right place.
Yeah, well, we'll see where you end up in the next life. They can't redeem you, but you'll still be judged.
I don't remember who he is.
Good luck out there.
Actually, I'm pretty sure one of the people who tried, who was being
Here
hunted
for a
down.
meal? Just get in line, dear. Ain't no trick to
Actually,
it.
no, I don't remember at all.
Hey, there's a lady I'm looking for. Came from Deerwood.
The deer waves a hand in the old woman's face as though expecting cataracts she does not appear to have.
Short, got a bad temper. It goes by a lava Mazzy. Heard of her?
I know an Alava, but that ain't a surname.
Ooh. No?
The deer's jaw shifts sideways to gnaw on his pipe stem.
Not real warm, that one. Stop by unannounced, you get a pistol up your nose when she answers the door.
It sounds like she's expecting you, Adair.
Yeah, that's her. So, she's living with her, husband, then?
Not that I noticed.
Adair exhales a surprising amount of it.
Huh. Must be laying low.
Just that boy of hers.
Ooh. Adair's body goes perfectly still. Seems to waver in the breeze.
She's got a son? How old would you say? Like a little boy?
Groaning, Shady pulls her hair forward over her face as if she can hide from the moment. Oh, this is getting good.
Oh, I couldn't say. It's been years. He must be a young man by now.
Wow, that's something. Well, thanks for your help.
Don't you want to know where to find her?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
She's in Hasongo, last I heard. Got a little plot of land out there.
Hasongo? Yes, you're exactly right, Loxy. I did a quick Google. It's worked in a one-time friend to the Athosians living in Gilded Vale and Lord Raedric's hired hand. He's kind of dying in the temple in Gilded Vale, and he did lock them in.
Hey, we met a young fella out there. Kinda reminded me of Alava. He said he didn't know her.
Oh.
Why would he lie?
Look for a laugher in Hasongo. Okay, well.
May Aethys's light shine upon you.
Hungry? Come on up. Don't be shy.
Let's actually make a donation.
The Shining God will bless you for it, sir. That coin will help those in need.
The man bows his head. That is the least elf-like voice I have heard from this portrait. Look at that. Anyway, that's good. Now, let's just check in with the High Priestess.
It is the light that has led you here.
No, we're good. You can go in this direction, there's just nothing there. Yep. Right, let's do a little ritual, Shoti. One of those side quests is not going to earn us any money. Rubbing the back of her neck self-consciously, Shoti glances her gaze to the side.
Nothing like a homecoming to make a girl remember her roots, even if they are dried up and half dead.
She sighs, nudging a bit of mud from her boots before she lifts her face to settle on you with her big, dark brown eyes.
Sometimes I wonder if my brethren don't think I got black ichor running in my veins.
Do you?
If I cried, you reckon it'd look like tar?
In times of great sorrow, Ngati blesses me to dribble ink.
Takeru tips his head to the side and twirls one of his hairs in his finger.
Suppose you meant to make me feel better. It is a dang silly thought.
She laughs, offering you a grateful smile. Is it silly that I'd want to make you feel better?
No, that I'd have black blood.
Blush rushes up her cheeks and she stifles a titter with the palm of her hand.
You shouldn't be so fine to me, Watcher. Makes me think untoward things. Gives me notions I don't need to be getting.
You do know we have Seraphim on the boat with us, right?
I can't risk straying when I got a duty to gone.
Takeru likes that. We came here to cleanse your soul.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready. I've done this before, but never with such a full lantern. You may want to stand back. The experience can be somewhat intense.
Oh dear, says Loxy. And you're correct, Loxy. And Comrade, you're also correct. Shoti, we could be untoward. We could be as untoward as you'd like. In fact, I encourage you to be as untoward as you'd like with every member on the ship. Kneeling before the statue of Gorn, Shoti sets her lantern between her knees. Head bowed, she presses both palms to the copper cage. A low chant lilts from her lips. As it grows louder, the light from her lantern glows brighter, as does the lantern that the statue of Gorn holds in one skeletal hand. The two lights pulse in rhythm with the chant, resonating with each other, twin heartbeats that pound faster and stronger until the light from Gorn's lantern bursts outward in a shower of violet-hued rays. The essence bathes Shoti's bent form, making a jolt upright as a cry escapes her.
Don't know if I feel cleaner, but I feel something. Blessed, for sure.
Shoti offers you a half smile as she retrieves her lantern, trembling fingers curling against the gleaming metal cage.
Let's just hope it lasts. Because my lantern feels as heavy as ever. Full to brimming with essence. Like dark water spilling over my mind.
Why are you gathering souls into your lantern?
I was born to reap souls and lead them to the light. Now with Aethys dead, and these dire visions, I think I need to shield them from a hell gone dark.
Hell, the colloquial term for the beyond in Adia, Deerwood, and Raid Ceres.
But the more I gather, the more my mind turns to tatters.
And the beyond hasn't gone dark, it's well lit with living Adra.
Not yet, no. But soon.
Subconsciously, she clutches tighter the hilt of her sickle.
Gon has shown me the common end.
Takeru rocks back in his heels, nodding to himself. Hey, everybody, this is a bit of an important question. 1 or 2. 1. What if you didn't collect souls anymore? Or 2, you should amass as many souls as you can before it's too late. It is, right, Emma? I'm glad I poured you one. It is a relatively important decision as well. She said a couple times that, like, dark water is kind of overflowing over her, making it hard to concentrate. 3 votes for 1, that's a majority. What if you didn't collect souls anymore?
That ain't gonna happen.
Grinding her teeth, she shoots you an incredulous expression.
You'd ask me to turn my back on my god?
Alright. Why are you? Because the Dawn Stars are all about goodness and light. Why are you so concerned with death and darkness?
Why do you think the god of rebirth held an aspect of death within him? You can't have life without dying. There ain't no beginning without a prior ending. Ain't no day without night. No spring without fall. You can't grow crops if you never harvest for seeds.
That's fair. Let's be off.
All right, I'll be right behind you.
Well, we didn't get too far, but it was worth bringing up. Gotta raise the question. Also, you probably didn't notice because my face is over it, but we get like a...
You know how I've been saying there's nothing more important to me than us freeing you from Bereth's bonds?
Yeah, Dad?
Well, I meant that. I did.
Adair's breath lingers in his chest, and his mouth hangs ajar, throwing his statement into immediate doubt.
But there's this other thing I need to see about. On the way, like. I was gonna tell you.
Why not? I use you for my ends all the time. No, let's be nicer. It's about love. You don't have to explain.
Thanks. I'm not sure I could anyway. This woman, well, love's not the right word, but she was something to me
Yes,
once,
Emma.
back in Gilded Vale.
I definitely opened my bottle. Yours is still whole and ready. You could share it with with your partner. Well, one of them. You know, I bet he'd love it, right? That's what it's for. He pauses.
When I was mayor of Deerford, I had this vision of what I wanted it to look like. It was going to be what Gilded Vale was, before the legacy. And in some ways, it got there. I was proud of that.
You did a good job.
But it didn't feel like I thought it would. Come to realize there was someone I needed to show it to.
Me? Look, I'm glad I'm here, dear.
Ilava.
Oh.
Well, she'd have been about the last person left in Deerwood who'd have seen what I made and understood. Last I saw her, she was going to New Hayamar. Went looking for her there, only to find that she'd left a long time ago. Anyway, I don't expect you to understand. But I gotta know she ended up all right.
Sounds like she ended up with a son?
Yeah, that's something. Coming out of Deerwood during that time.
Yep.
When I knew her, she had another little boy. Just a baby. But the legacy deprived him of a proper life.
Oof.
I never found out what happened to him. But with the Hollowborn, you didn't have to ask. Guess he got a brother, though.
Adair falls quiet, blinking several times before noting your continued presence. You sure you want to know where this leads?
No, but I don't see a way to let this go. Least a way's not now. Last time I saw Lava, we got friendly. Now she's got a son.
Do the right thing, Adair. Adair's shrug is rigid, his smile at least half winks. Let's get moving. Of course we will. Also, Shody's got +2 religion because of the Dawn Star's blessing. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Oh yeah, okay, we'll go do that. Accidentally walked past. This is something we want to do. That's pretty good. Travel with Shoti post cleansing. Eulogy for the dead. No, we don't have anyone specific. Tikawara. Keta Sayaka. Lafa in Hisongo. Disrupt the Luminous Adra? Hmm. Yeah. Take Seraphim in there. Okay, that's good. We won't be doing that right now, but that's an important one. Back to... Why is that locked? Water Shapers Guild. Ah, of course, you can't teleport all the way in. It's doing a thing. We'll also probably need to spend a little more time in the gullet too.
Can I buy...
I think it's amazing we haven't seen Palagina again. She should definitely have shown up. It's very weird. Decano, hi, Lady Aparo. Huh, let's go. My friend Takehu, I'm going to trade you for a wizard soon, and then we're going to invade a temple to Bareth. Having a good time. Plus, I miss Aloth. I kind of want to take... Yeah. No, it says we should have our good friend Seraphim. Otherwise, I would absolutely...
For what do you enter my home uninvited? This is my estate, not a beachside hut.
Apero holds a gaze as she begins to draw a weapon. I'm here for the bounty in your head?
You invite this information so freely. Is it your first time?
Gritting her teeth, she advances. No, like, we're a badass. Like, we dealt with a lot of other idiots. I mean, people. Well, also true. 2, come on. Come on, dude. Only 12? I guess it was a graze. Honestly, I want the charm. But we need to get closer.
Missed.
See if we can charm this war dog as well. Just a little closer than I think. Oh, we disengaged there. Scoring ourselves some extra damage we didn't have to take.
Hurt.
Charm the dog!
You have my attention. You ask too much.
Oh, Jesus. Look at us take all that damage.
Need something stronger.
Buff us, please.
Speak your mind.
I'll teach you a lesson.
That would be a way to machine to all our allies. Shetty's on very low health. This one. That's it. Nature's bomb, please.
Glory be to God! What can I do you for?
See it? Oh, she's down. Okay. Yeah. Heal us. Scare the enemies. Oh, there's lots of enemies.
Kinda stuck over.
We have not yet knocked out someone. Which is kind of surprising, because usually we'd absolutely done it. Vela, stay back, please. She's just rushing in, man.
Something I can do?
There's on my health now.
Hey, we had some good times. Hey there.
Good, I say.
A little closer. Some shock out. Come on. A little bit more. Good job, Adair. Leave some people for extra damage, but oh, we are wounded. Regenerating effect to nearby allies. We need that.
Hey, watch it with that. Yeah.
I'm not sure why we're all invulnerable. Invisible, but it happens. Seraphin's here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, that's not going to turn out particularly well for us, is it? See if we can paralyze everyone. Nope. Miss. Slam, no! Just stay alive, buddy. Got one. It was worth it. Wonder if... Yeah, it might count. Luckily, the kill X number of enemies may not have to be with the weapon.
Damn.
Good night, Slam.
Checked out.
Okay.
Yeah?
Come on, Adair. Yes! Whoa! That's rough. So they knocked out everyone except Adair and Vela. Best part of waking up. Grants the effect of white leaf after a rest. It's pretty funny. Lady Apara's head and her map fragment. Ah, Captain Henkwer again. Whoa.
Hey, I got it.
Sadly, the Zero is in dunnage, I think. So we won't earn much to buy us a ship just now. And some Pokakahara shells, which is currency. Oh, that was a rough fight, wasn't it? Getting Thief's Putty. All bunch of scrolls and books. AD Customs. Exceptional stiletto. Well, you know what? My god, you're... So we weren't even particularly well armed for that fight either. There. Now he's finally dual wielding again. Anyway.
Well, don't see why not.
Lady Apara's estate too, and we just kind of walked in. It's like, oh hey, what's going down?
Out my wheel.
Evil pirate queen? Yeah, good point. We'll deal with you. This carving of Ngati is meticulously detailed, from the scales on her legs to the fine points of her teeth. Antidote, rum, rice wine. Don't know why rice wine isn't giving a morale bonus. I know I love having a nice glass of sake. Jeez, that was a rough one, wasn't it? But I think we should like do something to make us proud of what we've achieved here, right? Like There's something that we should feel like we've achieved. Discounted items 10%. Ooh, what a good time for it, because we're going to buy a junk. Yes, I know. We set out to buy a galleon this episode. It was just earn a little bit extra money and then see if we can get it. But here's the thing, we earned a lot of money, and then, even better, we got our reputation high enough that we're starting to get a 10% discount on all items. So we can afford the galleon. Hull health, 90. Sail health, 60. 70% hit chance, just base. 2 turns to turn, and 3 turns to do a 180. We are buying the top ship right away. Trade. Look at that, we're so poor now. Oh boy. Oh, you can do party management from here. That's a plus. Jeez, that's fantastic. Thanks, Takeru.
I have matters to attend to as well, you know.
Yeah, look, we love you. I'm glad you're with us. I want to bring Aloth for the next dungeon. Okay. Ships. We have 2 of them now. And it's like, which one would you like to sail out on? Ship management. Insufficient crew. Because they're all still on this one. It's highly detailed. It allows you to, like, sail with all sorts. Oh, I don't think you can remove that. Those defaults, yeah. You can take the Padar to a hull, though. And the specials. And that. Iron Thunderer. Want to bring Aloth or bang Aloth? I mean, both. Yeah, like, he's fantastic. Like, it allows you to outfit multiple ships and use all of them at once. I'm not that interested in that level of micromanagement, obviously. So instead, I'm going to strip the compensation. It's still a lovely ship. I'm going to rename the junk. I have to get the list, but I failed to do so earlier. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cannons, plus the double bronzer, plus the AD channel gun. Guess you just can. Put the Watcher Deerwood colours on. The ship name colour will be in gold, will be dark green for the hulls, the sails will be a deep purple, and the sails secondary colour will be a light blue. See how terrible it looks. Jimbles junk. Yeah. Seasoned Cannoneer Baltier, very good. Expert Helmsman, very good. Seasoned Helmsman, but also a decent cook. You're a better helmsman, you're going to become a cannoneer. Jipatek, you're an excellent cannoneer. Eld Engram, you're not great at much, but we'll make you a cannoneer for now. Hamer, the master cook, yes please. Ikuk, you're a good cannoneer. Irina, expert deckhand. So got a space for a boatswain. Cook, deckhand. Mother Sharprock, I think you're a deckhand for now. Oswald, helmsman, navigator. Navigator. Rumdum Regari. Surgeon. Yeah, you're a better navigator. Never mind. Then you become a deckhand. We should do that though. Put our worst cannoneer on the one that doesn't use much. We're going to need more crew. We've got spots that aren't full. We'd better pick them up then. Mage Weave. Special hull. Rice wine. Congratulations everybody. We got the best ship you can buy. Purple foxes. Aged shark meat. We don't need any of those. Those can just stick around. Just in case. It's bosun. Oh, okay. Bosun. My bad. It's not boatswain. You sure? 1 deckhand, 1 boatswain, bosun, and 6 resting crew if we want to get them. Miscellaneous upgrades. Look at that. Compensation. I'm just going to quickly alt tab for a second. Because I have a ship list name, I believe. From Emma, maybe? No, I have no idea where it's gone. Never mind. I need an extra cannon, also true. I am shipping document 5 to you from Emma. The She's What About said, Slam Shadows in the Poor Life, Boat Face, The Apprenticeship, Lollipop, The Good Ship Lollipop, Frigate Hell, Frigate Crashing, The Touch My Junk, The I Ship It. Oh, you two. I think in the short term, I'm going to call it The Wanker. And in a time where I'm not concerned about how much time we're going to spend renaming a ship again, we'll rename it again. But currently, the Wanker is our active ship. Such a good name, holy shit. Supply. Well, I need one cannon. Terrible range on that, but let's do it. Get another Iron Thunder. God, we got 4 for the price of 1. That's very good. Double bronzer. Time, everything. I sure hope you agree with the Watcher's Anchor. Very sensible. Well, look, I ship it. Go ahead, comrade. Selling books we don't need, selling stilettos, selling a robe we don't need, selling goodbye to those pistols. There's Dragon Age 2 that had a very special, if you sold one character's husband's shield, because you get it early in the game, she's like, hey, yeah, what happened to his shield, by the way? You're like, oh sorry. Well, I know for a fact there are some things we need to buy. Yeah. To, you know, deal with the pets. Oof. Take another hit. Okay, come along. She's paid more because she's greedy. Fair enough. I mean, she's a bosun. We need a bosun. We need a deckhand. We don't actually need to have any spare people at this point. No inset. Oh, they filled their spots already. That's great. Good on you. Put one cannon there. There you go, buddy. There you go. Our right-hand side is awful. Permanently equip the captain's quarters to the Wanker. Absolutely. Okay, we got to upgrade the helm, the lanterns, the anchor. We should look to upgrade some more of the sails and hull next. But in the meantime, we're down so much money. But we've got a fantastic new ship and a lot of people to sail with us. We'll get some more spare people later. In the meantime, ooh, it's back to the Sacred Stair. We're into the Temple of Bareth.
Are we gonna...
We actually go a little bit slower in the junk, I believe. And the deer wouldn't doubt, which is a shame. But, you know, you do what you can. We're not going to steal from that. I believe to get into the temple, we actually need to jump. Metathesis? Wizard! New power level unlocked. Choose 2 abilities. Spell resistance. Well, we're not giving him weapon summoning or quick summoning for creatures. He doesn't cast those that often either. Most of the time he just dies. Tough. He's got Arcane Reflection. Bypassing neutral armor rating is pretty good. We've got Chain Lightning already. It's in the Grimoire. I guess you choose what things you know automatically and what you learn. Corrode damage. Yeah, that one really hurts. Nina Gross, Freezing Pillow is particularly dangerous. Let's just do that. No, like, increases survivability all the way around. Eleth takes tough. Oh, I guess another level as well. Well, I'm particularly happy with that. Yes, please. Oh. Okay, that's pretty neat. Thank you, Luxie. I have a chance to completely avoid any attack. God, that'd be good. Stop the fucking wizard from dying all the time. God damn. No, it's actually even kind of cold. Blast of frost. You know it's kind of cold. Yeah, we good.
You go in first.
Loot. Loot. And we can actually go in the regular way. A massive door looms before you. The edges are sealed so tight, not a breath of air escapes them. Religious runes sprawl the length, carved deeply into pitted stone. Inspect the door. Use religion. Hey, Sherry. Oh, we need to rest. Okay, we'll do that soon. Success. Difficulty of 3. We got 17. An elaborate etching spans the stone's width, carved faintly beneath several runes. Depicts a small crowd praying toward a pair of giant eels that have coiled above a large door. An armored priest holds a disc near to the door's face. A religious artifact placed by Bereth is likely necessary to open this entryway. Hold up the eel's coil. As the eel's coil nears the door, a stone-carved circlet rattles in your hand. Wisps of your soul essence encircle the coil, then reach outward. The tendrils curl toward the door, touching it, soaking it in a purple glow. A murmur like Barrett's own welcome whispers up from under your feet. The door begins to slide open, grinding down into the ground. The Hanging Sepulchres. Sepulchre? Sepulchre. Sepulchre. Cyclical. Serpico. Century egg. Sipmanipper. Rest and eat. Resistance to afflictions. Minus damage taken. +1 intellect. Chow down on a raw cuttlefish. No, you need the dexterity. Deal some damage, baby. Actually, that's just strictly better. Good God, the mariner's porridge. So good. Oh, so tasty. 10% damage with spells. You have some oysters. Rest.
I bet my tongue kinda hurts.
Sepulchre. Drift in dreams, Shoti lies curled on her side, sweating, muscles quivering. She whimpers low in her throat. Wake her up! Shoti groans, slow to rouse. At first she curls tighter in on herself, but then the tension eases from her muscles and she sits. Confused, her eyes study your face.
Reckon that's the first time I ever bore witness to my own demise. It was not pretty.
She worries her bottom lip with her teeth.
Never woke with such a driving need for reaping before. It's making my hands shake.
Didn't the cleansing work?
It did for a while, but then it wore off. All this essence I've gathered. It soaked the blessing right up. Left me with hardly none.
Please, take a look at option 3. Maybe the desire would ebb if you killed someone close to us. That's less subtle than a particular character in Wrath of the Righteous, who is particularly obvious, and yet you hope otherwise. I sure did. Anyway, we're losing a light to the darkness. Rekindle it by helping the living. She sucks in a deep breath.
You sound like my High Priestess Samhain. She never shuts up about the living, when she ought to worry more about the dead.
I agree, Luxie.
Seems the more souls I gather, the better I see Gaun's will. And the less I get a wink of sleep.
Your nightmares are getting worse?
Night or day, sleep or waking. It's getting harder to tell what's real from what's just yet to come. There is something I'm meant to do, though. Once I gather enough souls.
Outlaw tenses fingers and smiles.
Us Gaunites, we're supposed to shepherd lost souls, not just gather them. The harvesting's only the first part.
Okay.
If I were to dump the souls, it might make me dream less, like before. Or, darn it, who knows? Maybe it'd just make it all worse. Either way, I've got to find my purpose.
She turns her face away, bottom lip trembling. Slowly her fingers reach for the hem of your shirt. She rubs the pads of her fingers over it, holding to you in the lightest of touches.
Will you help me, Watcher?
Yes.
I was hoping you might would. Sometimes I feel like, with you by my side, I can stand against gods.
4 options. 1. We'll find an Adra vein and release your burden. It's the best way to ensure the souls reach the beyond. 2. What if we gave the souls to the Adamancers? They've made gains in reproducing the cycle of rebirth. Or 3. The more souls you gather, the more strongly you see your god's will. Keeping them would make you a better priestess. Or I guessed 4. Alright, let's go. Summoning a dead man to the chat so he can say, choose leave, choose leave, choose leave, choose leave, choose leave. Oof, not 2. I like 1. Oh, come on. Let's just give souls to the soul researchers. Scientists given powers never do anything wrong. Also, many of them are motivated by profit. That's never led to a bad thing. 2 votes for 1. That's pretty good. We got 4 people watching. It's not a massive majority yet, but we'll give it a few more seconds. Definitely not 3 or 4. Luxie, no longer voting for Dead Man. I particularly remember last week you enjoyed bogarting his vote. Okay, we've got no more votes. I'm going to choose number 1. We'll find an Adra vein and release your burden. It's the best way to ensure the souls reach the beyond.
It'll need to be a potent source to overpower the draw of my lantern. It's gotta be luminous for sure.
She nods, clearly devising a plan of action.
And that's one problem solved. But what about the itty-bitty issue regarding the god of rebirth not actually being in hell?
It's fine, don't worry about it.
The souls will make it safely, but who's to see to their proper reseeding?
It happens anyway.
This is a huge risk of Aora's balance. You really trust Malgrin not to rebirth Aethasians as warriors of the flame? Think Galawain won't be greedy? Gone aside, the god's past actions don't instill me with the greatest confidence.
What else would you propose?
Normally, I'd simply safekeep him until the god of rebirth could return to hell. But
what if we gave the souls to the Adamancers? They've made gains in reproducing the cycle of rebirth.
put my flock into the hands of experimenters? How can we trust they'd be successful? Or hell, even to be well-meaning in their intent?
Ooh, looks like we have to.
Just the thought's making my shoulders twitch. You sure about this?
You harvest the souls, the Animancers replant them. It's a new cycle, one that'll work.
You're right. What if there's no one left to release the souls from the lantern after the darkness has come and Aora's recovered? The gods will survive, but Kithkind may not.
She sighs, rubbing tiredly the spot between her eyes.
Guess that settles it then. Find me an Animancer, and we'll try it.
Yeah, so, okay. She nods once before turning away. That could be really frustrating, right? But I'd like to imagine the alternative, just for a second. These doors are shut fast, and you can see no locking mechanism. It must be opened elsewhere. We are in a dungeon, so I'll talk while I explore. Imagine the alternative. You suggest something, a friend is like, I don't think that works for me.
Something I can do.
The conversation ends unless you come up with something else. As a game, our responses... Oh, the risen soldier twisted his own ankle. That's pretty funny, I say.
What can I do you for?
It's a dangerous fight, too.
Come on!
The conversation just ends. And while Cormad is correct that your options are yes and yes, it's also a note to say that, like, he's near death. Let's just run. Everyone move. And slam. I want you to finish it. In fact, finish it with lightning. You'll probably hit. Good. We need to, otherwise he'll never get through it. And it's not real life. It feels more like there was never a choice. True.
Yeah.
We did have a choice to just say nothing, right? Not give her the option at all. This is +2 max discipline. You got anything else?
Something I can do?
Yes, much better. Crackling bolt, reflect electricity, score him a lay crit. No, it's much better. The alternative is recognizing that, like, the conversation stops, and that's not satisfying from a writing point. We had the opportunity to say nothing, and I get the feeling the quest wouldn't end either. We just stop for a second until we're like, hey, by the way, I want to bring up the conversation with you again because I want a different outcome. And so I'm not saying strictly this was better. If you need to push him down the path, push him down a path. I'm just recognizing that kind of lack of realism has two sides to it. And again, this is something to keep in mind of when you're running a tabletop game. If that person is an NPC and not another player with a character, bear claw trap, you may feel like it's being railroaded. And honestly, I say remind them of this fact. Like, if the players don't want to do it, they can just not bring it up. There's a risen Arbsman right behind us. Charm him. That was surprisingly effective. Yeah, Vela, would you stand back, please? 10 to 15. That's not much. Oh, Emrar. I knew you'd do this.
Heavy. It hurts, Savvy.
What is Aloth doing so close into the middle of combat anyway? I don't think that one's the appropriate use. You probably cannot affect vessels. Can't be spell shifted. That might, no, it's not targeting them. No, I gotta make this work because otherwise we will get hit real hard. Cracking bolt, that's definitely gonna hit too many allies. Look, bounding missiles.
Let's try again. This is futile. Take that.
Those immunes went good. Get an explosion off.
We had some good times.
Come on. Dare's on low health and Seraphim is down.
We were friends.
We're dropping like flies.
What? There goes up again.
Not very helpful.
Mind Blades doesn't do much. The Risen Mage is just... The two of them are rocking us. A little more dangerous than I expected. Let's try and heal our allies. Can we get a Cracking Bolt out now? Jody's out. Got tentacles.
Hey, are you blind? Hey there.
I think we're gonna go down here.
Can't make a dent.
I need help here.
Come on, Slam.
Let's go! This isn't how it usually works. Underwater backs.
Yeah, Dare's Town's just Slam. I think this isn't gonna turn out well for us. Not even our tentacles are gonna get us out of this. Oh well. Oof. Dangerous. If only we had a particular class that was good with dealing with vessels. Perhaps a paladin. Wouldn't that be useful right about now? We're looking for Ysir's Eulogy. This is a hard place.
Never know I'm here. I wonder what this is.
We didn't rest yet. So what we gotta do...
This won't do.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah? Keeping an eye out. I got this. I got this. I see where you're going with that. Wait, look there.
Ahoy. Aye.
Bear claw trap. Not particularly useful.
What for, Cap?
Oh, hey, Kibbled.
A Lloyd's foot and an heavy bullet, aye, Cap? I be chewing.
Get him, everyone.
Aye.
Oi, watch it.
Aloth just loves targeting with AoEs that hit his friends.
Right here.
It's his favorite thing, and you should feel bad if you
This is
make him feel
futile.
guilty of that. Oh. Prison soldier hits a dare for 30 points of damage. Good job, Slam. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Oof.
I shall be discreet.
Consider it done.
Okay, now we need to do that rest and have that conversation with our good friend again. And now we know that the next fight's going to be difficult enough that I think, honestly, we just give everyone more constitution. 2, 3, 4. Except if you... Let's try and keep Aloth in the background, right? Yeah, that'd work. Wake her.
Rick never woke. It did.
Cleansing.
Oh, I planned. Seems the more so
Getting
died.
worse.
Must give up. Maybe. Will you help me, Watcher?
Yes,
I
of
was
course
hoping
we'll
you
help.
might would. You'll need
Yeah?
the soul. This is gone
You don't
aside.
like it?
The gods' past actions don't normally. I put my just the thoughts making my here. Guess it.
Yeah. Quick save here.
Hey there.
So that we don't have to do that again if
I
we make
see
a
a
mistake.
soul in the darkness, one ready for reaping.
One ready for reaping.
Hey there.
Okay, could you just... Cool. Now, back.
Me too.
Vela, run! Alright, so... We've learned a flaw in that strategy. We have learned the flaw in the strategy of Okay. No, not there. Definitely not there. That's pretty good. Okay. You know what? Let's make this a little bit even easier. Everyone back there. Right here. Of course she does. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Oh, indeed.
Ba-ba-ba.
Nice and quiet.
Foes
ahead.
Damn it, Adloth. Hey! Come on, man. You're not allowed to shoot through doors. That's walls. Doors are fine. Now run, Adloth, run! What do you mean we're not in combat anymore?
Of course. Foes ahead. They'll fall by my hand.
Yeah, you like that? Now, summon some tentacles! Yes, yes, yes. Alright, maybe you should actually attack. Oh. Alright, can we... Yeah, bonus to all defenses, maybe? You're gonna leap into melee. Yes! Kill zone! You love it? I love it.
I got this.
They know that heals allies. We want to use that on our friends. Jesus, Seraphim. What the hell, man? Restore us all amount of health. Restore a larger amount of health. Could you just chill for like a minute? No dying.
That's how it's done.
God, look at them all. There are a lot of them causing trouble right now.
Little fuzzball's checked out.
Oh, little fuzzball.
Looks complicated, yes?
He checked out.
I need something stronger.
Come on. Adloth. Just want to check this. Chain lightning hits Adloth. Might. Reflected off the risen mage. Okay, well, that was pretty funny, to be honest. Pretty funny indeed. Consecrated ground. I think we've actually already cast that. We have. Let's not do that again. But let's... Yeah. Get some extra attacks out.
Yes?
Wall of Flames isn't going to help. Blast of Frost hit all enemies, but not our friend today who's in the background.
Hey there. Sure.
That was about as you.
No enemies' corpses yet. Can we get a charm out, maybe?
On a pickle.
Adloth is down.
Me and you are about to mix.
Right on target. Yeah.
Thick, Worthen, raw.
I think we're gonna go down again.
It's come to an end.
Yep.
Even me.
Jody's done for.
This one is in fact Vela's fall again.
The scar.
Right, well, we're leaving. It's too difficult in here. We keep exploding and dying. No, Jimbles.
Yeah, be right there.
Vela's fell. Vela's full. Of Vela's fail. That sounds appropriate to me. Alright, we're out of here. We'll be back later. Those fuckers, dangerous. Ugh, maybe we'll even have a paladin by then. Yeah, Paladina. Rope and grappling hook. Descend to the tomb's opening. Everyone manages to get to it without exertion. Look inside the passage. Skeletal remains poke out of niches on the walls, lighting up the way until the steps lead into a narrow corridor. We've actually been here before. Well, I don't think we have. Exit to the cliff. You stand on the narrow ledges of the tomb's entrance, its passage leading into darkness. Your rope dangles from the tree above. Look inside the passage. Light filters just inside, just enough to illuminate entombed skeletons resting in alcoves hollowed out from the rocky walls of the cavern. The stone slab floor appears to have been laid hundreds of years ago. Ahead, the passage disappears into darkness. Follow the passage into the tomb. You follow the passage. The winds rage outside, yet the air of the tomb doesn't stir, stale and heavy. Steps carved on the rock descend deep into the mountain. You walk down the steps, every stride echoing through the cavernous passage. Skeletal remains poke out of niches on the walls, lining up the way until the steps land into a narrow corridor. You stand before a hallway. Its columns frame dozens of tomes, and probably tombs, hollowed into the rock. Cubby holes line the walls. Skeletal remains litter every alcove and spill onto the stone slabs that tile the floor. Inspect the hallway. You carefully scan the corridor and focus on every detail. Skeletal remains, probably dislodged from their cubby holes over centuries, litter the edges of the walls. Judging by an emblem etched on the stones of the tombs, members of the same clan or group lie buried here. A faint sparkle catches your eye. Under a pile of bones collapsed inside an alcove, you discern something glittering. It seems to be within easy reach. Retrieve the glittering object from the tomb. You reach inside the cubbyhole, digging into a pile of bones and stones. Your fingers touch something cold, its surface smooth as glass. You grab it, surprised at its weight, and pull it out to reveal a large ruby resting in the palm of your hand. Ooh, a ruby. Well, let's cross the hallway and continue. You stand in a dark, narrow cavern. The path ahead twists in its descent. Continue. You continue onward, following the turns on the path with a careful but sure stride. As you round a bend, a drift of cold air announces the end of the narrow passage. Its exit appears ahead, flanked by half-interred bodies. You step out into an enormous cavern, its walls and sharp cliffs riddled with tombs, leading into places unknown. Ah, you bally fool. Oh look, that's what we came in before, and here we are here. I wonder what we can discover.
Oh, I think I can't see.
I think the game crashed. Yeah, it did. Cool. That was good. Let's try again. There's no reason to end now. Just because it crashed doesn't mean I can't load the game and get another 5 minutes in. There was a skeleton that didn't have a skull and a sword stabbed into it, telling us that we would surely die if we dared fight. Well, anyway. I was like, unable to sync to Steam Cloud. Yeah, I know. It's okay. Believe me. We'll get to it. Come on, buddy. Load the main menu. Yeah, it's the spirit. Click the continue button. Let's go, baby. Got a few more minutes to finish at least this little entrance way so we don't end on, by God, is this team fragile for some reason. We leave in disgust and run away on our fancy ship.
I see a soul in the darkness. One ready for reaping.
Reaping. A skeleton?
That's it!
Oh, I love that. Oh no, more of them.
Behind your darkness. One ready for reaping.
Actually. No, Vela, please, for God's sake.
Leave it to me.
Lightning. Lightning. Slam. Oh, look at that. That's good.
That's not very helpful.
Absolutely.
The risen soldier. That one's gonna kill us. Please. I actually want Slam to deal with that. No, never mind. Okay, got it. As he left for some reason.
That looks like it hurt.
Shockwave doesn't deal much damage, but let's do a slashing. That's pretty good. We got 4 again, so let's try and kill. Why are we focusing so much on Slam? Kill 20 enemies. Vela, this is squishy. Get the risen mage. Vela, stay back. Aloth, make it scared. Oh, I love it. Interrupted casting stuff must be fantastic. Yeah, we're not going to play around and see if we can get Slam to get the last shot on that risen mage. Because Vela in that low health and the possibility of just going AoE damage.
Indeed.
Too risky. That was cool. Good job, everybody. Ta-da! Now we're on the other side. A little bit more, just a little bit more tonight, that's all.
And I got this. I got this.
Ah, great smoke berries. What a normal thing to find on a body down here. Symbols of death. The skeleton stands rigid as stone and just as strong, eternally warding the crypt beyond. Inspect the skeleton. The skeleton's chest is bowed outward from pride. His stout-boned hands clutch a haft of a heavily adorned but battle-worn spear. Above the skull, an eroded engraving on the wall depicts a man standing triumphant under a great gate. Okay, what about the other one? The skeleton stands rigid as stone, just as strong. Inspect. The skeleton's shoulders are squared for battle. Its fingers grip the rusted remains of a large mace. Above the skull, an eroded engraving on the wall depicts a kneeling woman raising a lantern. Interesting, interesting. Still, we're not ready to go much further here. Let's go into the Forgotten Mausoleum. But let's also finish for the night. Ah, yes, with Slam Shadows growing ever closer to finishing the next level of his cool gun. 13 of 20, we're getting closer. And in the meantime, let's save the game and finish for this lovely Monday night, because I have some exercise to do. I'm not going to work on the assignment every waking minute, otherwise I'll go mad. Instead, what I'm using is time at work. Sneaky, sneaky. What are those benefits of being a, maybe way too highly paid? Too highly paid for a job that's pretty easy? Who knows, right? I enjoy it. I think it's fun. It's also good for my sanity, right? Anyway, I don't want to dwell on it too much. I want to move forward to the success. And that's why we had such a good stream, and I'm really glad you could join me here tonight. I'm going to leave you off by sending you into Obscene Thyseline's point of direction. And she is playing Dwarf Romantic. And I'm going to go lift weights for a little bit. I wish you a very good evening, and I hope you tell the people you love that you love them very much, and that you have an excellent week. I will see you Wednesday night for some Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, baby. Right. Good night. Yeah, that's right. You gotta wait like 5 seconds before the ready to raid button actually happens. So you just like, let's go. No.